Okay, okay. All stations stand by for broadcast. We're going to be with you at 5 minutes to 10 o'clock. Stand by for broadcast. We'll be with you, which is in just. Ooh, what time is it now? Let me just check my time. Checking my time here. It's 9:46. So we're going to be with you pretty soon, just under 10 minutes. I'll come back and talk to you in about 5 minutes time. So stand by. Broadcast starts on the network at 10 minutes to the hour. Stand by.
5 minutes. Purchase your tracks today. Purchase your tracks today.
Okay, all right, all stations stand by for broadcast. We come to you in about a minute from now, count the last 10. So you cue me then, Sarah, right? Because I'm not here. You cue me. You cue me, right? Okay, all right. Stand by. All right, we are 15 seconds and counting. I'll count the last 10. Stand by. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Cricket on the Cotton Drive Network as we bring you ball by ball commentaries of the Global Super League. The action is about to begin. And now, for all the excitement, let's join our commentators on location.
Well, welcome to the National Stadium here at Providence on the east bank of Demerara, Guyana. We greet you with the news that it's a bit hazy here at the Global Super League, and we are awaiting the two teams to come out. They'll actually started to do that. So let me just tell you off the bat that Hampshire won the toss, the Hampshire Hawks, and they decided to have Victoria bat first. Intriguing settings to decide the overall finalists in this tournament. So we're going to be chatting for just about a few minutes time. I've got Sean Devers and Andrew Mason with me in the commentary box. I'm Naeem Chan, of course. And good morning, fellas.
Yeah, good morning. And I think it would have been made complicated by the Amazon Warriors losing last night. Sean, you've been paying great attention to that.
Yes, good morning to everybody, wherever you are around the world. Yes, the Amazon Warriors are presently sitting at second, and the Cricket Victoria at first. But there's the complication. Because Ghana lost last night, Victoria needs to win today to beat Hampshire, and the Riders tonight will need to beat Calanders, but they don't want to beat them too badly, because if they beat them badly, they will pass Ghana's net run rate.
Oh, I see. Interesting.
That's a lot of ifs and buts.
Yeah. And what about Hampshire? Because we were told by Peter Miller if they win by 26 runs, then that puts a different equation to the whole thing.
Well, they're on a negative net run rate, so they will proceed in points, but not in the net run rate.
So what's the best? So what's the best route then for the Amazon Warriors?
Victoria win,
right,
and Riders win by a slim margin.
By a slim margin, and then the Warriors could still qualify. Interesting. Okay, well, of course, when you come a call into do your broadcast, we'll be happy certainly to have you to expound on that. But at the moment, let's go back to Naeem, who will start the ball by ball.
Thank you, Andrew. Good morning again from the National Stadium. Hazy atmosphere. The weather forecast says we could have some clouds this morning, maybe a spot of shower here or there, and that's coming into afternoon. So during the course of the morning, of course, we'll talk a little bit about the scenarios, the various scenarios, and what the picture, the final picture, could look like. Whether, of course, everyone would like to see the Amazon Warriors in Guyana. That's from a Guyanese perspective, for them to get into the final, to draw the crowd. So, all match ready to start. There's a solitary slip shore, third man, backward point cover mid-off on the offside. Chris Wood has the ball in his hand, the captain. There's a mid-on, short mid-wicket. There's a man down at the square leg boundary and one down at the long leg. Here is Chris Wood, and he's going to come in to bowl the first delivery, stroke down the line, picked up by Chris Wood himself. MacDonald just getting across there and stroking it up gently. So I've got Madhulal with me too. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Naeem Chan. Good morning to all our listeners across the globe. Certainly interesting match, interesting day as we head towards the back end of this tournament, Naeem. Very, very intriguing, and also add some excitement to the tournament.
So MacDonald settles, not yet off the mark. Forward he goes. Good delivery there from Chris Wood. Chris Wood has bowled exceptionally well during this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. The captain leading from the front for Hampshire Hawks. Yeah, they are languishing at the bottom of the points table, but he has done a fantastic job. He's opening the bowling, bringing a lot of variation to the attack, utilizing a good pitch as well.
So he walks back, long, tall, instead of tall, long. I'd like to use that word. Over the wicket now to MacDonald, down the pitch, over the top. And that's gone for 4. First run, first boundary. Just chipping down and getting it into the slot over the head of orthodox mid-on. and down to the boundary for 4.
Yes, this is typical McDonald. I love the advancement he made there. He came down the track, making good connection and over the infielder there. Well played, McDonald. This is the kind of start you can expect from him. Very flamboyant.
Wood walks back to his mark, looks up at McDonald with a sigh of perplexity there on his forehead. And this is swept, almost paddle swept down to backward square. There's a man down on the boundary. He comes in, can't stop the single. So off to a quite good start there, Hampshire. And they've got, of course, everybody plays to win. Of course, all the intricacies and calculations of the potential finalists in this game all came alive after Guyana lost last night.
Yeah, there was a massive defeat there for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Really change up things here in terms of the points table. Yes, you have got 5 teams in participation, but intriguing.
Wood comes into Krishnamurti this time. He strokes it out on the onside. There's no run. It was a loss for the Amazon Warriors, but a bigger loss for the Guyanese public.
Yes, they were anticipating Guyana Amazon going to be in the final, as Sean Dever said, that they're one of the favorites. In theory, they have got a good team, but just not able to execute their plans last night, chasing a moderate total of 118.
Wood goes in wide of the crease, and Krishnamurti is again stroking it down the pitch. That's the end of the first over. 4-5 runs coming off. Quite a nice steady start here for Hampshire.
Yes, I'm sure that they're looking to justify that decision to bowl force. Chris Wood in operation started off well. Not really going to make it to the final, but they want to end off their campaign on a winning note, on a positive note, showing that they really came to South America to play positive cricket, to participate in this inaugural tournament and making a big impression. But Victoria, yes, they have become one of the giants in this tournament, and no doubt they will want to stamp their authority today, Naeem.
Small crowd on hand, and I guess when the public finally gets the idea of what's transpiring and the chances of Guyana, I guess many of them might be turning out for tonight's game.
Yes, they want to come and support Rockpool tonight, looking to get a victory so they could keep Guyana Amazon Warriors' hopes alive of reaching tomorrow's night championship encounter.
We hope for another performance from the captain, Nurul and company. Baker comes in from the far end to bowl to McDonald, and he's looking to chop it away on the offside, doesn't make contact through to the wicketkeeper.
Yes, probably looking to guide Riverman in the power play, so no doubt you like to open, you like to be a little more expansive. But I love Baker aggression, Naeem, always bringing some sort of intimidation to the batsman, especially up very early. So good chance for him to make a big impact.
Well, he's just about 21, I think, so he's highly animated, hypered, so to speak. Kind of a squatty fella. Reminds me a little bit of Markham Marshall, just getting it to skid on a little bit. He jog trots, then finds that little rhythmic approach. He's going to bowl to McDonald, and McDonald is driving through the onside. Pleasant looking shot. This might not carry to the boundary, it doesn't. It on comes across, long chase there. The batsmen are 3 for 2 or 3. Took my eyes off there. 3 runs. 8 without loss, says the scoreboard. So the Hampshire Hawks winning the toss, electing to have the... That's Victoria winning the toss, am I right? Hawks winning the toss.
Yeah, and decided to bowl. So Baker short of a good length, and he's always like, I'm ready to go, aren't you ready as yet? The batsman looks up at him now. He breaks into that approach, comes in and bowls down the leg side. Krishnamurti just flicks it away. Nice looking shot along the ground. And there's a man down at backward square. As I said, hazy conditions, and the weather forecast, if I just repeat that for you, we can expect maybe a passing shower on the coast during the course of the morning, but generally we should have a cloudy day with some sunshine. So match truly on this morning, and the one coming up at evening time. On the lights, so all the
Guyanese will be doing all the calculations during the course of the day. Here is Baker to MacDonald. MacDonald is forward, opening the face of the bat. Just a single, it comes down towards the third man position. Small sprinkling of crowd. It's something that you actually expect, and I think the Guyanese public generally, when this tournament came to Guyana, that they were all looking to make assessment of the teams. They didn't know the teams. Victoria's got a mighty lot of international players, and so now that they have a better understanding, you can see a better crowd next year. Baker turns now and breaks into that approach. He's up, firing away there down the left side, wide, signaled by the umpire. Extras one more. It's 11 without loss. What the score you think that the batting side might be looking for?
Well, Victoria, as statistically, they achieved the highest total in the tournament so far, 166, and I like the opening partnership. Yes, they've got a different one today. Joe Clark not batting. Krishnamurti is a solid batsman as well. He has been in good form, and MacDonald as well.
There's Baker, and this one is played gently by Krishnamurti into the offside field. The little ring there. So I'll go across the field for you in a while. They climbed over that 150 mark twice, Victoria.
Yeah, well, as I said, they're showing a lot of positivity when it comes to the batting aspect of the game. One of the powerhouse teams in this tournament. They're living up to expectation. The Australians, no doubt, will want to come and play positive cricket from ball one. Well, they're definitely exhibiting good cricket in all aspects of their game.
Yeah, there'll be a letdown to Australia. They came here knowing that quality that comes out of Australia. Krishnamurti drives down the outside. That's gone all the way for 4. Baker there pitching up, guilty a little bit in his exuberance to generate a lot of pace and driven. Nice looking shot.
Yes, excellent shot.
End of
Dave.
the over 2.
Yeah, 15 without loss after 2. So Krishnamurti, he's, as I said, he's in good form. But Baker, I think, very first time he pitched up in this over and he was given the treatment. Nice flowing shot, as he rightly said, Naim Chan. Full of confidence, and as I said, this is Victoria team. They're going to come out and play shots galore here. They're going to play, they're utilizing this power play. They want a good start like they have done throughout this tournament. They're looking to lay a good foundation so they can achieve a big total. They will want to continue with their winning momentum as well.
So the Warriors and Victoria actually at the top of the chart. But the chances are slim, and not only slim, a bit confusing, so you've got to listen in as the assessments are made on our radio. Talking about Radio Light FM and Mixed FM, teaming up to bring you the broadcast. Originating from Guyana, of course, the inaugural tournament, Global Super League, James Fuller. So what the fielding captain here, what I think they're doing is, I'm not going to exhaust any particular bowler, I'll keep it steady, interchange as often as possible.
Not a bad approach here by Chris Wood, the Hawks captain, but they know they're bowling to an informed team, so they're trying all sort of strategies to get an early breakthrough.
Fuller comes in, bowls to MacDonald, pulled away down to the boundary for 4. Square of the wicket there, on the outside, short of a leg there, Fuller. And you'd expect that Fuller will bowl a full leg. That was extremely short and whacked away.
Yes, he was punished for that very first ball in his very first over. You know, probably didn't take no inspiration from his captain, Chris Wood, who bowled a splendid first over. He did not pick up a wicket. He conceded 6 runs, but this again is a demonstration of Victoria. Superb form, Naim Chan.
Here is Fuller once more, 19 without loss, over number 3, short. Again, he's attempting that shot, but it's straighter, so it hits it down towards the mid-on position. So again, I want to say thanks to Andrew Mason, Cotton Drive Network, to have the luxury of sitting with these wonderful guys. And we've developed such camaraderie over the years. Quite a pleasure working together again for Global Super League. Nice little wind coming across the National Stadium here at Providence, and the flannels of Fuller just about flirting around. Fuller comes in and right over the top. Nice shot there. McDonald is going to clear the boundary rope. Maxim up there. Pitched into the slot. Fuller is not starting off very nicely.
Yes, he's all over the place, James Fuller. Short, this time pitched up onto McDonald, who has been in terrific form, right into his arc, making good connection. That was a mammoth from him. And what a start here for Victoria. Typical, they have been superb with the start. They have been terrific in the power play. And great entertainment here, Naeem.
Well, every boundary that Hampshire side hits, in local parlance in Guyana, in local parlance there's a word called ginch. And the Guyanese camp could be ginching from that word. Guyanese parlance. Here is Fuller into McDonald, struck on the pad, but that's way down the leg side. I'm surprised that he was coming drafting or drifting outside the line of the leg stump. McDonald found that ball coming into him and was trying to flick it away. It was too late. He was too much down the leg side, and so it struck the pad and ballooned away into the offside field.
Yeah, good comeback there from Fuller. This time a bit fuller on the cage after he was clobbered by McDonald the previous delivery.
Sunshine just about peering out, 25 without loss. McDonald looks up at Fuller as he comes in. What an awkward shot, but he's going to get 4 runs. Now he was going to scoop that down the leg side, realized that Fuller picked him up and bowled the ball actually outside the line of the off stump. In all of this confusion, McDonald ended up getting the outside edge and went over the short third man for 4.
Yes, a little bit risky shot there from McDonald. As I said, this is him typical. He's going to go after the ball. He's trying to be belligerent up front. But luckily, that third man probably just inside that circle there. But there was a chance, we can say from our point of view.
A little bit of a crazy over here. 29 without loss short. And McDonald comes in behind, looking to turn the wrist into the outside. Gets a single down towards square leg. And what a eventful over there, may I say, from Fuller. None for 15 is over cost. 30 without loss at the end of 3.
Yeah, this is a prolific start here for Victoria. 10 runs per over 930. You know, you can go based on the projection now. They could get to 200, and that would be history here if they get 200. Because based on what we have seen, what transpired throughout the tournament, teams, hardly scoring big totals like Guyana last night. They could not have gotten to 180 set by Rangpur Riders. You want to reflect on that match. It's unbelievable the way they approached that target. It was very moderate, and they were form favorites against the underdogs Riders. But certainly, let's see what's going to happen now.
Whole lot of changing up there last night. This is Briggs now brought into the attack, and McDonald is stabbing it away into the offside. No run.
This one's straight up now, Brigger.
Here is Briggs from the far end. He's in. That's a good delivery. McDonald charging down the pitch. And the ball pulled back. Of course, Briggs' orthodox left arm. And he pulled it down. And McDonald had to just bring the bat down and stop it from getting onto the stumps. Big swipe down the leg side. Doesn't make contact. Struck on the pad. This is over number 4. Briggs operating. Fuller, I doubt whether we might see him again in this match.
Yes, it was an expensive over from Fuller, but now we have seen the spinner in operation.
A ring of fielders out on the offside. Briggs and a back swept. Gets a single down towards third man. Didn't do it good enough. Reverse shot. But got it to the bat. That's the important thing, because he was in danger of bringing it onto the stumps.
Always an element of danger when you're going to play those unorthodox shots at 9.
Briggs, short. Krishnamurti on the back foot. Drives down towards mid-off. There is no run.
One straight up.
Over number 5. 1 delivery left. So the power play, they're not doing too badly at all. Briggs comes in, bowls to Krishnamurti. Another single out on the offside. I think that's the end now. Yeah, that's the end of the over. End of over number 4. Just a sprinkling of spectators coming to witness this match. But today promises to be a very thrilling and eventful day of cricket.
Yeah, all eyes on this encounter. And then tonight, of course, good to see the excitement at the back end of the tournament. We have the final preliminary match. Of course, the two top teams will compete in the final tomorrow night right here. But good start there for Briggs, and I think just because of conceding just 2 runs, not thinking too much about anything extraordinary. Containment was good for him, and really brought back things nicely after that expensive force over from James Fuller.
So Chris Wood, he's coming in with a new over, and this delivery struck down the ground. Good shot there from Krishnamurti, trifle short, and at a good steady pace there from Chris Wood. But Krishnamurti looks in really good form, on the back foot in a jiffy, and clobbered it back past the bowler for 4.
Yeah, excellent shot from Krishnamurti. He's in good form, as I said. That was a confident shot. There was a short ball there from Chris Wood, and he was definitely punished. Good batting here from Krishnamurti.
Over number 5, 36 without loss. Wood comes in to Krishnamurti's on the back foot, opens the face, wants a single, send back.
Awesome, Woody.
So I have a friend that he likes betting on sport and all of that. So when he's betting, I try to get into his mind, and he'll say he'll bet on 4 matches in football, for example. Andrew Mason is a football fanatic. If this happens, and if that happens, and if that team wins, it's a lot of ifs. This is nerve-wracking for the guy in his public, because I know they're supporting the Amazon Warriors. A lot of ifs and buts. Wood comes in to outside edge there from Krishnamurti. That will go all the way. Outside edge, not a confident looking shot, not in absolute control. There's no slip. There's a short third man, bisected that person, and the wicketkeeper down to the boundary for 4.
Well, Krishnamurti's intention is very clear here. He's going to go after the bowler. He's going to intimidate the batsman. A pugnacious start for him. Yes, that one flew off the outside edge. Chris Wood might be a little bit disappointing. There's no slip, but he continues to be penetrative.
They've gone to 40 now without loss. Wood comes into Krishnamurti, pulled away, beautiful shot. What a shot there between long on and mid-wicket down to the boundary for 4. And you know when someone is in good form, a trifle short of a delivery, and they get into position so quickly and times it. That's Krishnamurti for you.
Yes, that's a poor delivery there from Chris Wood. He's such a seasoned campaigner. Was short, but this has been an electrifying start for Victoria.
We've lost the sunshine. Here is Wood. To Krishnamurti, drives another beautiful shot. This might carry all the way. Yes, it does. This guy is on fire.
Thank you very much, Krishnamurti, for the entertainment. Last night was disappointment at this facility when home team kind of Amazon Warriors, but certainly contrasting atmosphere this morning. Krishnamurti is leading the way for Victoria. They were invited to take first strike, they capitalizing on the opportunity. But this is typical Victoria. They're going to come out and play positive cricket. That's what the good thing about this team. They're not going to be pegged down. They're not allowing the bowlers to get on top of them. This is excellent batting by Victoria.
Sean Devers will join you in a while. Down the ground there, Krishnamurti really stepping on the gas there. And Wood was coming in outside the line of the off stump, hoisted it straight over extra cover down to the boundary for 4. More from you, Madhuran, and then Sean Devers.
4 consecutive 4s to finish off the innings. 20 runs from that over. And what a prolific start here for Victoria. And Krishnamurti, he's really here. He's firing in all cylinders, and he's part of this solid foundation being laid here by Victoria. 52 from the 5 overs. Really a steady start, a belligerent start here. Krishnamurti in particular, he is on fire, and he's looking to continue here. He has got the support from Blake McDonald, and what a start here, dream start here for Victoria in this match here at the National Stadium. Out goes Naim Chan, and in comes Sean Devers. Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you, Mando. Here is Briggs, bowls left arm spin. That's pulled away down towards the mid-wicket position. There's protection there on the boundary, and so they shot for a single. So ferocious start here by Blake McDonald and Krishnamurti. Tremendous start. Boundaries galore. Briggs from the far end bowls, and that's outside the line of the off stump, inside edge, dangerously close to the leg stump. It ended up down towards the short fine leg position. He was looking to hit it through mid off.
Yeah, good comeback there from Briggs. He's looking to settle things down after that expensive over. Yes, production for Victoria. Well bowled, Briggs.
Briggs in, bowls to
It's awesome, that. Danny.
McDonald. McDonald plays it into the offside.
Awesome,
Well,
Danny
good
Briggs.
morning to you wherever you are across the 83,000 square miles of beautiful oil-rich Guyana. Wherever else you're listening to the commentary, good day to you. Here is a reverse sweep out towards the short third man position, and they get a single. So good rotation in the strike. The boundaries coming
Ball Briggs in,
as
brilliant boy.
McDonald and Krishnamurti piling on the score. A solid foundation, another solid foundation there from
Briggs in.
the Victoria side.
Awesome, Briggs
Only
in.
team to score above 150 twice. Guyana, the other team that did it, but in a losing cost to this very team. They're on top of the points table, the Victorians. And this is pushed into the onside, down towards long on, and they get a single. So another over comes to an end. 56 without loss.
Yeah, what a start. Yeah, Sean, what a start here for Victoria at the completion of the power play. So I think they will be the better team, obviously. 56 runs they achieve, and definitely they started off brilliantly. They will no doubt will want to continue with this same in this same manner. So work here for Hawks. They have tried everything, spin pace combination, but still can't stop the flow of runs here by the Victoria batsmen. I love the positivity. I love the commitment by Krishnamurti. Really positive at the crease. Boundary galore.
Well, another spinner comes into the attack. It's going to be Howell. Number 7 is back as the music from the DJ pounding into our outside microphones. Not a big crowd. Well, in fact, a very small crowd. Overcast conditions. This is a ball that's on the line of the off stump.
Lovely start, Danny.
And McDonald at the non-strikers end watches as Krishnamurti pushes it back towards the bowler. Good start from Howell. They've got a lot of spinners. They may be the second best team on paper in this tournament. Outside the line of the leg stump. Maybe got a bat onto it. We have to wait on the signal of the umpire. No bat onto it. Went into the keeper's pads. And there's Nigel Dugan,
Benny lad.
like a scarecrow in a farm, outstretches the arm to signal a wide. So 58 without loss. Great start here from the Victorians. McDonald in strike. He's 27, and this is swept away down towards the backward square position. They will only get a single, but that's a good shot. Well in control, rolling his wrist, and he goes to 28. Gives the strike back now to Krishnamurti, who's also on 28. The total going up to 59 without loss.
Yes, steady batting by these two.
Sun breaking through here at Providence, and this is hit hard out towards mid-on and down towards the long on boundary. Good stop in the end, and they limit the batsmen to 1.
Awesome,
So
Danny.
Krishnamurti goes now to 29, brings McDonald on 28 back in strike. 60 without loss, halfway through over number 7. Sun streaming down here again at Providence. This is a adventurous shot.
Yes,
Looking
but-
to play it into the onside. It went towards the third man position, looking for a dill sweep. And it went down towards the boundary for 4. So fortuitous boundary. He wasn't looking to hit it there, but a 4 is a 4 in the end.
Yes, in the context of things, it's looking like a good shot because he premeditated. McDonald is in good form, came on the front foot, and as he rightly said, Sean just paddle sweep it. Yes, he got a boundary for it. So good piece of improvisation from McDonald.
Run rate quickly up to 9.6, 64 without loss. We're still in the 7th over. This is a ball that brings the batsman forward. Nice use of his feet. And when he get there, he was not quite in control. He just played it out along off and still got a single.
Well, previous matches, I didn't see the reluctance from McDonald to use his feet, and I think that's a good approach by this batsman. That's why he has been so successful in this tournament with his contribution. He's showing a lot of consistency when it comes to runs. Good batting, good improvisation, good tactical approach in his batting, McDonald.
So Krishnamurti back in strike. He's 29, 33 is McDonald. 65 for without loss. One ball left, barring a wider no ball in the 7th over. That's a dot ball. Nice finish to the over. And at the end of 7 over, there's 65 without loss.
Yeah, this has been a rollicking start here for Victoria, and once they can continue, Sean, they can probably surpass their previous best of 166. I'm probably thinking about 200. They want. And Victoria going to come out and play with a plan here. They're going to use this opportunity to say, okay, looks like we're going to get to the final and in this championship tournament. We want to get there, so let's try everything in our harmony today to get everything right, so we can come back here tomorrow night to participate in the final in this 5-team tournament.
Well, Victoria superior run rate, positive 0.15. Warriors in second, they've got positive 0.11. And of course, the third place in points, they've got negative 0.08. So this is a ding-dong battle. Most Guyanese would be hoping that Victoria can win this match this morning, and then tonight they hope that the Riders beat the Calendars, but not by much, because if they win by a big margin, they'll go past the Guyanese net run rate. This is on the line of the leg stumpers. Brick starts again from the southern end of the ground. Big black striped screen behind his back, and he's go bowling to McDonald. Good 65 run opening stand. Here's a ball that's swept away down towards the short fine leg, not in total control, but he gets a single, rotates the strike, he goes to 34. McDonald, Krishnamurti back in strike, he's on 29. It's 66 without loss.
Well, in fact, it's Leon Dawson into the attack, another left arm spinner.
Yeah, Dawson in bowls, and that's played away nicely, off driven out towards long off, and they get a single. So again, good rotation in the strike with the introduction of spin though. The run rate has dipped slightly. It was above 9, it's now 8.93. This is played a lovely shot on the back foot, punched it out towards long off, so it's looking easy for batting. What's your thoughts on the surface here, Mando?
Well, anybody will rate this surface typically low and slow based on the presentation so far of this match, Sean.
68 without loss. Victoria large and in charge at Providence here, and this ball is short, and Krishnamurti plays it into the onside down towards the deep mid wicket. He gets a single, he goes to 31, brings McDonald, who's on 35, back into strike. Dawson in his first over, none for 4 so far. Sun's blocked out by some clouds overhead, and this ball is punched back towards the bowler. Good stop there from Dawson, and the over is completed. 69 without loss, 8 overs gone.
Yeah, this is a dominant opening partnership by the two batsmen. Krishnamurti in particular, he has been flamboyant. Blake is playing all sort of shots, a wide array of shots, Blake, but a solid partnership. This is a good foundation for a big total, potentially 69 for without loss. 8 overs have been completed. I've got 12 overs, Sean, with all 10 wickets in hand. I'm sure they start to contemplate of getting to 200, but still tremendous work now for Hawks. They're desperately looking for a breakthrough. They need wickets. Yes, containment may be part of their plan, but they need wickets.
Yeah, watched by a very small crowd here. All the spectators in the green stand, and this is hit high into the air and over the boundary for 6. So a wonderful shot there from Krishnamurti. He goes now to 37 with that 6, 75 without loss. The carnage continues here at Providence.
Yeah, terrific shot there from Krishnamurti. So the spinners will have to be very careful against this batsman who is dominating proceedings at the moment. That one was pitched up, and he was heave it over long off.
Howell in bowls right arm leg spin, and that's hit between the gap down towards the boundary. It will be cut off, and they come back for 2. So another double in the scorebook.
Yes, again he continues to look in positive at the crease with this sort of belligerence. Krishnamurti, he's firing in all cylinders here, and this has been an exhilarating start here for Victoria. So tremendous work for Hawks if they want a breakthrough.
77 without loss. This is a ball that's on the line of the off stump, playing against the spin, but in total control again down towards long on. And there is just the single. So Krishnamurti goes now to 35 from 27 balls is McDonald. He's in strike now, 78 without loss. It's good to see some little children in the green stand there, maybe from some primary school. This is short and punched back towards the bowler, and there is no run. So 78 without loss. 2 balls left, barring a wide or a no ball in the 9th over. Overcast conditions continue to prevail, and it's a short hit down towards long off the back foot, horizontal bat shot, vertical bat shot, punching it away, and they get a single. So 79 without loss, 1 delivery left.
So Benny Howell, I mean, he's bowling a bit fuller to Blake. He's trying to get some movement against Krishnamurti.
So Krishnamurti in strike, and he looks to hit it too hard, losing his shape a little bit, and in the end it goes down towards the long on position. So Krishnamurti, he's on 41 from 25, 36 is McDonald, and at the end of the 8th over, 9th over, the total is 81 without loss.
Yeah, these two continue to dominate proceedings. They were asked to take first strike and really maximizing on the opportunity here. 80 for the loss of no wicket from 9 over Sean. Certainly this is a manifestation of good control by the batsman. And this is a typical Victoria. They have come out and firing all cylinders and able to accumulate runs at regular intervals. Steadily here against the spin pace operation by Chris Wood, the captain of Hampshire Hawks, but still they're not finding that breakthrough. They're looking for a wicket desperately, hard to come, but good impressive batting by these two.
Victoria looking for their 3rd win in this tournament, will take them up to 6. Hawks looking to stop that, and this is a ball from Dawson from the southern end of the ground. He's going to be bowling to McDonald. McDonald with that high backlift, and he hits that away out towards the boundary, over the boundary, and that's gone for 6. This carnage continues here. 6s going and flowing, and the umpire Wilson from Jamaica signals a 6. It's 87 without loss. Both batters on 42.
Yeah, this is enterprising stuff here from Blake and Krishnamurti, really dominating the attack against Hampshire Hawks, a team from England, and they have been pathetic with the ball since the start. Certainly no justification for winning the toss, Sean, and decided to bowl because this is great entertainment from these two Victoria batsmen.
Dawson none for 12 so far. He's in his 2nd over, left arm spin bowls, and this is swept away out towards the mid-wicket position, and a slight misfeel, and they come back for 2. So McDonald now goes to 44. 42 is Krishnamurti, and 89 without loss. Hawks without their 2 best players, James Vince and Shakibul Hassan. They're both went to play in the Bangladesh, in the Pakistan 2020 series in Dubai. Yes, they went to Dubai. The drums, the Casa drums coming up. As I said, only the green stand is open today. Day match. So Dawson in, bowls, and that's pitched up on the line of the leg stump, worked away into the mid-on position, putting pressure on the fielder, and good running, excellent running between the two. Not only have their power hitting been good, their communication and running between the wickets have also been good. 92 without loss, 1 ball left in the 10th over.
Yes, and I think they applied the fundamentals there, Sean. Yeah, no, yes, no, yes, no. Just the first run that took off very quickly. The response was good. As you rightly said, the communication was very effective as well.
Conditions becoming a bit more overcast here at Providence, as this ball is a good delivery, squared him up a little bit, but in the end got enough bat onto it to get a single out towards mid-wicket, and he goes to 45 With him is McDonald on 45, 93 without loss. 10 overs gone. That's the latest score here from Providence.
Well, I think both batsmen look to get a half century here with this sort of batting domination. 93 without loss after 10 overs. It is a strategic timeout. Hawks will have to go back and re-strategize their plan in terms of the bowling aspect of the game. Yet to take a breakthrough, looking to justify the decision. Well, so far, based on their presentation, hasn't looked so. But I think Victoria really can get to a big total, potentially 180, 200, somewhere in that vicinity. And it's going to be a very daunting total if they do get there. Hampshire Hawks here, they are languishing at the bottom of the points table. They will have to come back up in this back end of the innings and try to stem the flow of runs, or more importantly, try to pick up wickets quite frequently, so they can be able to come back into this contest. So out goes Sean Devers, as I say, welcome back to Naim Chan.
Hi, yeah, Madulal. So you're not missing any cricket because the players, it's the strategic timeout. So if you joined us late, of course, Hampshire won the toss, had Victoria take first strike, and they have set out on a mission, and that's to beat the bowling and the power play, accumulate a lot of runs, and take the advantage in the lead.
Well, everything is going in their favor. You know, they are hot favorites for this game. Naim Hawks has turned out the underdogs, and they're really firing in all cylinders. They're really putting up a show here. This is highlights when it comes to the batting aspect of Victoria. You know, they have got a strong team, a formidable team, a lineup, and more importantly for them, their batsmen in superb form.
Yes, look at McDonald. He's got 45 off 32 balls. Krishnamurti 45 also, but off 28 balls. And we had seen some exquisite, absolutely glorious batting display here, especially from Krishnamurti.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He's full of confidence, and now with that sort of momentum and impetus, I'm sure that he will want to continue to dominate proceedings. They've got 45 and nearing a landmark. No doubt he'll want to get there. No doubt he will want to help his team to achieve a big total, because now things are unfolding at the moment. They're definitely in for it.
But they're just coming out of the strategic timeout here, Madhu. What do you think was the message coming out to the Victoria side? You have it under control. Let's just keep it that way.
Keep going with this sort of momentum. Keep firing, keep dominating, keep scoring boundaries. I don't think there's going to be any change of plan for them, but certainly we need a change of plan. They will have to alter their approach here, Hawks, if they're going to take a wicket.
So we're back to the action. There seems to be a new dimension to the action, and that's very cloudy conditions are coming over the National Stadium here. But there's a strong wind coming across the ground. Now Krishnamurti will take strike. He's 45 off 28 over number 11. And this is a big shot, expansive drive outside the line of the off stump, doesn't make contact. And Briggs just turning across the right-hander's outstretched bat. Hazy conditions, cloudy now. This is short from Briggs. Just clobbered down towards the sweeper position. They'll get an easy single. Krishnamurti goes to 46, 94 without loss. What a dream start here, Madhu.
Yeah, absolutely memorable for them. As you said, they will come out and continue with that sort of domination in the very first 10 overs. They want to continue to be prolific. They want to continue to achieve runs here.
Anything close to 100 off the first 10 is extremely good. It's short, McDonald on the back foot, stabbing, offering quite an aggressive looking shot, but not putting a lot of power into it.
Well done, East.
There's a man down in the sweeper position that picked it up. Again, no sunshine. Almost said good evening to you a short while ago. Briggs comes into McDonald, good ball, and McDonald is forced onto the back foot hurriedly, shuffling across there. Nice delivery, one run.
Yes, Danny Briggs with his operation, both sides of the wicket, so he's seen both sides of things here. He has been frugal, he hasn't picked up a wicket, but he's been tidy as well.
Here he is, and this delivery, McDonald goes onto the back foot, gets another single, this time down towards the long off position. Well, the conditions are beautiful here, except that there a bit of threat of rain. Well, the forecast says we could have a few passing showers during the course of the morning. Briggs comes in, bowls to Krishnamurti, outside edge. Safely though, down to the cover boundary. They get another single. That's the first kind of uncertain shot I've seen coming from Krishnamurti. End of the over? Yeah.
Yeah, 98 without loss. Again, this is steady start here for Victoria, looking to utilize the opportunity. Well, they are, after they were inserted by Hampshire Hawks. I'm sure that they regret that decision. It's really backfired on them, but nothing. Thanks to the entertainment from these Victoria batsmen, they continue from where they left off in the previous match. They had a prolific opening stand of 72 runs. Different partners for Blake, but he's really showcasing his talent. And Krishnamurti has been a standout. He has been superb with the bat, got the opportunity at the top, and making full use of it. The Hawks, they're looking desperately for a breakthrough here. They want a wicket, despite we have some dark clouds hovering over our heads here.
Howell will bowl from the southern end, none for 20. This is over number 3 for him. Onto the back foot short, down to the sweeper, and the batsman will cross casually for a single. Even if they had hurried the first one, I don't think they would have gotten the second, because he struck it with a lot of force. McDonald into contention now, 47 off 34, 99 without loss, over number 12. Here is Howell to McDonald down the pitch, another single. So you can sense that the bowlers are bowling to their field, because over the past over and a half to 2 overs, they've been hitting it straight to the fielders, so some good bowling too. That brought up the 100, 11.2 overs. Here is Howell once more. Krishnamurti this time, and nice bit of work there at short extra cover. On the back foot he goes, slamming into the offside. So he's gone back to his mark. Howell, very businesslike. 100 without loss. Howell to Krishnamurti. He's in there now, and Krishnamurti is looking for a drive. He'll get another single, this time towards long on. So the power play is over, and the fielders have scattered. That brings up what? I'm seeing he's raising his bat there. 50 for Krishnamurti. Well played.
Yeah, well played to the young man. Just 21 years of age, Sanjay Krishnamurti. But thanks for the entertainment. What a display from him.
Howell this time to McDonald. McDonald gets another single. This time to long off. So things have eased down, but notice, Madhulal, they can't get the boundaries. What they're doing is picking up the singles and sometimes the twos.
I think this is the right method for Victoria. They had a wonderful start. A solid foundation has been laid, obviously, and they continue to play positively.
Krishnamurti 15, 35 balls. Howell, faster ball. Krishnamurti bringing down the right hand and plays it up back the pitch. Picked up by Howell himself. That's the end of 12. 102 without loss. 49 McDonald, and Krishnamurti 50.
Yes, 102 without loss after 12 overs. A current run rate of 8.50. Very, very attractive here for Victoria. But thanks to McDonald and Krishnamurti, this partnership has been wonderful. This collaboration has been magnificent. 102 9 certainly is a demonstration of compact, positive batting, the right approach. Hampshire Hawks, they're trying all sort of things to get a breakthrough.
New over number 13, short. And McDonald comes onto the back foot, steers it up on the onside. Long on, another single. 103 now without loss. So it's been, in Guyanese parlance, 1-1 Dotty Build Dam. A little pebble at a time.
You'll have to tell Andrew Mason that.
Andrew Mason, jealous. He's very jealousful. He's been looking at my very fancy and expensive shirt, and then he flung, not even handed me with a handshake, flung a cheap-looking jersey to me a short while ago.
Typical Andrew Mason.
Yeah. Here is Briggs into Krishnamurti's on the back foot, can get it away. I think the bowlers have upped the tempo a little bit, and they have the batsmen under control.
Courtesy of the spinners, both side operation, we have got spinners, and I think they're doing a good job. And not trying to do anything too experimental, but just containment is good.
Briggs into Krishnamurti right over the top. I was just looking over the commentary box down at the bottom to see if the long on is going to convert that into a catch. Couldn't. That's beautiful timing. He just stepped out of his crease and hoisted it gently, casually over the boundary rope. Beautiful.
I think that was nonchalant there from Krishnamurti. What a show from him. This is a superb, talented T20 batsman. He's looking in good nick.
Briggs comes in again to him. He's onto the back foot this time. Can't get the single on this occasion. Beautiful batting. I like how they have paced themselves. Got a brilliant start. And then they had a little bit of setback because of the spinners. But they have been maneuvering and manipulating the field, picking up singles. They'll get another single here down towards long off. Beautiful. How many runs coming in this over? 6, 7, 8. 8 runs there. That's the end of 13. 110 without loss.
Initially, Briggs was tidy, but in the fourth delivery, a little bit tossed up on this occasion, and he was hammered there by Krishnamurti because, you know, you've got to be careful here now. The bowlers, especially spinners, you've got to well-set batsmen now. They are firing in all cylinders. They've got a wonderful foundation for Victoria. They're batting force, so they're more free now. They're scoring with at will. They're picking up the odd boundaries. This is brilliant batting. This is a magnificent partnership for potentially 200, 210.
Well, how it's unfolding, it definitely seems there. And we call this great entertainment. I think this batting has been a powerful display of batsmanship. We're going to see Dawson now from the far end. Straight back past the bowler. That's gone all the way into the black side screen there. Another beautiful shot coming off the bat of Krishnamurti. He has raced to 63 off 42.
Yes, this is scintillating from Sanjay Krishnamurti, young man from the United States of America, but he's making a big impression here in South America in representation for the Australia team. Victoria, superb timing and superb result.
What a good display here. 116 now without loss over number 14. Onto the back foot this time. Krishnamurti wide of long off. They're gone for one. They're going to come back for two. And that's all they'll be. So the score keeps the scorers quite busy, ticking away all the while.
Yes, definitely, especially from Krishnamurti. Probably thinking about a century now. He's going to create history if he does get there.
Come on, Dawson.
I just started to feel a bit nostalgic all of a sudden. Some of the great innings we have been able to describe. Krishnamurti again! Krishnamurti again! The whole world is looking at Krishnamurti. What a display here. Clobbered away in the slot. Another maximum shot. And the minute you lapse, this guy eats at your throat.
Different direction, same result. So he has got shot all wrong. Full of talent, full of confidence. And they are going full throttle here. Victoria. What a man. Thanks for this enterprising show so far from Krishnamurti.
Dawson comes in, bowls to him, turns it up on the onside for a single. So there's a little lull. When there's a single, you call it a lull. Entertainment galore for the fielding side. And then all of a sudden, I remember Chris Gale, having the privilege of describing him so many times. Explosive batting. We'd seen some wonderful players around the Caribbean. And I know that Andrew Mason knows what I'm talking about. He was on this kind of game, coverage of cricket a little before me, of course. So he's my senior brother. Short. Played down to extra cover. There's no run. But there's been runs galore here. 125. If you joined us late, Hampshire winning the toss and having Victoria bat first. Over number 14, reverse sweep over the head of the short third man. That's going to carry all the way to the boundary. This is absolutely great batting here from both batsmen. Krishnamurti, I think, is the more classy of the two, but both batsmen have been turning over the strike and scoring. 14 overs gone, 129 without loss.
Yes, enterprising batting there from Blake, very innovative. At one moment we thought he was forced to play second fiddle to the more informed Krishnamurti, but he too is playing his role. He has been supportive. He's partnering nicely with Krishnamurti, and they continue to build this opening stand. It's turning out to be huge. It's turning out to be mammoth. 129 after the total loss, Naim. This is certainly an outstanding batting effort. Lovely commitment, great determination and increase, and they're picking up runs at will with freedom. The Hawks, the English-based team, no doubt looking desperately for a wicket. They will have to come up with some sort of formula now if they can really make inroads.
I'm not seeing Peter Miller these days. He used to be lurking around the commentary box, checking here and there. Suddenly he's gone into hiding. I don't know, something out of England, but his team isn't doing extremely well at the moment. Let's look at Baker. He has this strange looking rhythm as he goes into his stride. Down the leg side, first delivery. I think that came off the pad. I'll wait on a signal coming now from the umpire.
Leg by.
Leg by signal by the umpire. 130 now. 14.1 overs. Great going. We've not seen the sunshine much. It came out temporarily and sparingly. It's just peeping out, hide and seek, and the dark clouds are taking over. So not an aircraft passing us above. All of a sudden, we might have to have policemen directing traffic. This one is in the air. I think that's going to land very safely. Very, very high there in the air. McDonald looking for the hook shot. It took the outside edge or the top part of the bat. Skyrocketed. And the man there, two men converging, one backward square, one mid-wicket. Couldn't get there. It fell in the vicinity of the square leg umpire.
Yes, I think that one rushed on to Baker, probably anticipating a slow ball there from Baker. Went up in the air. But Baker reminds me of former West Indies fast bowler from Barbados, Tino Best. Always pumped up, such a dynamic fast bowler.
Yes, Tino Best, of course, a little more barrel-chested, so to speak. Next delivery driven down the ground. And they're going to get a single here because it came off somebody's booth. I didn't see exactly. They were all backing us. So, and then ricocheted out on the outside. So Long On had to come around and get it. But in the meanwhile, the batsman took a single.
Yes, and realizing the fielder was really deep there. He had to cover some ground. The ball was traveling very slow, so they had ample time to come back for two. But again, their running has been superb, has been terrific. Good cricket here by Victoria.
I hope I didn't come across as though Tino Best can bowl, because I got to live good too with Andrew Mason, or your check could be stumbling around the place. Down the ground. Mid-off picks it up. There's an orthodox mid-off. There's a Long On. Those are the two men straight back past the bowler. But there's quite a balanced field on the leg side. Long On. There's one forward of the square leg umpire all the way to the boundary. There's a long leg. Short third man on the offside. Backward point. Cover on the boundary. Extra cover mid-off. We do not have the luxury of the sunshine, but it's been scorching weather conditions over the past few months in Guyana. So I think we all welcome the coolness as Baker goes away from us now to bowl to Krishnamurti down the leg side. Wide signal by the umpire. I think we've had quite good, steady umpiring in this tournament so far.
Yeah, the umpiring has been impressive. I mean, they have the luxury of the technology for any review, bad decision or whatsoever, and they really, turn out to be good with the umpiring. The standard has always been impressive, so no doubt they're executing their jobs and their duties well.
So the Hampshire side winning the toss and inviting Victoria to bat. That was a big mistake, it seems. Baker into Krishnamurti, into the pads there. He's on the back foot. Just rolls the wrist down towards square leg. A single. So lots and ifs and buts. If you're listening to us, good morning to you from the National Stadium, especially those people within the parameters of our beautiful country, because they're all Guyana Amazon warriors, but they're in serious trouble on whether or not they've completed all their games, whether or not they can get into the grand finale tomorrow evening. That's Sean Devers was giving a little roundup on it earlier on. Short, tugged away, but there's a man down at mid-wicket. It's a catch. He's gone. McDonald 59 in 42, and the first wicket for the Victoria side going down. 137 for the loss of one.
Well, Hawks, they won the toss, decided to bowl, and after 15 overs, then they have got their first wicket. Some jubilation, Yes, in the context of things, they will be relieved by this A9. What about in display there for McDonald? Again, displaying his consistency in this tournament. He's would have scored his second half century, a brilliant batting, definitely delightful innings there from Blake McDonald. Participated well in that opening stand. A wonderful one, a historical one, 137. Really, really incredible by these two batsmen. But I think Hawks definitely will want to come back. So Victoria, really, really good start. 137 for 1 after 15 overs. And they've got the breakthrough. They've got the separation by Blake and Krishnamurti, who is looking more dangerous. He has got 73 from 47 balls. And no doubt he will be looking for another reliable partner to continue with this sort of domination here at the National Stadium. Out goes Naeem Chen. And welcome back to Sean Devers.
Yes, well, good morning to you. It's still morning. Most parts of the world, it's day, night, evening. So if you're listening to us, hello to you. 183, the current prediction of the score. If they continue at this rate, this is a ball that's hammered over the top, and that's gone one bounce into the boundary for 4. So pugnacious start continues. The batting of Krishnamurti, he's looked completely at home. He's looked destructive, and that's a good shot again.
Yeah, right back over the bowler, and he continues to be flamboyant here for Victoria. So nothing is really working for the spinners. The pacer Bake got the breakthrough. Let's see if they can do something too.
He's gone to 77 with that shot, and he's going again. That should be caught, and he's gone. So in 2 overs, quick succession, 2 wickets falling, and the hard work of the openers had a good foundation. 137 without loss. Now it's 141 for 2.
Yeah, well, Victoria lost both openers in quick succession. Krishnamurti, don't take it away from him. A wonderful knock, looking to go over the top. Not enough elevation on this occasion. I think he would have stretched for that ball because it kept relatively low. So he had to work hard to reach there. Looking to give some leverage to the bat. But a well-judged catch there from the man coming in from long on. Not a good breakthrough here, so Hawks might think that they could come back, especially with the separation of the opener. And now Krishnamurti, who was, as you said, was destructive, was flamboyant. And what a show from him. This is going to be interesting from here on.
Well, in case you've just joined us, it's overcast here at the Providence Stadium, one of 3 international venues in South America. They're all here. Border, Albion played 5 one-day internationals. So all the international cricket venues in South America belong to Guyana. Dawson with success, 1 for 40. He's been a little expensive, but he's picked up a crucial wicket. Edwards comes in now to join Wells, and he's off the mark immediately, turning it off the toes down towards the short backward square, and they get a single. So he's off the mark, and this partnership will look to continue with the play that the Victorians are doing.
No doubt they should be inspired with that 137 force wicket stand.
142 for 2. We are still in the 16th over. This is pushed into the onside, back towards the bowler, and there is no run. So we expect, if the bowlers bowl in tandem, the run rate will drop a little bit. Dawson, left arm spin bowls, and that's pushed it into the onside again. They will look to explore the possibility of going for two. Excellent running again. Good communication, fast running of the first run, and putting pressure on the fielder. They come back for two. 144 now for the loss of two. Wells off the mark with a double.
Well, they are fresh legs, I could say, Sean. They're two new batsmen at the crease. So good running, nevertheless, there by them.
Dawson from the far end, the southern end of the ground, and bowls again. They're looking for two, and this time they abort the idea and they get just a single. So the over comes to an end. 16 overs gone, 145 for two.
Yeah, well, we are approaching the back end of this first inning, Sean. I'm sure that Hawks will feel that they can come back into this game, especially with the demise of the two openers who were prolific, McDonald with 59 and Krishnamurti with entertaining 77. Wells and Edwards, yes, they have got a foundation laid. They will want to continue with that sort of dominance. And as I said, coming to the back end of this innings, we can expect some sort of fireworks. 4 overs remaining, plenty of wickets still in the pavilion to come. No doubt we will want to continue with that same approach. Hampshire Hawks, well, they have got 2 quick wickets, so they have brought back some momentum and impetus. If they could continue to take wickets quite regularly, I'm sure they're thinking about that limitation of somewhere in the vicinity of 160, 170. But so far, they have shown grit and determination in their fight back.
Baker, 1 for 17 from 2 overs so far, so the bowlers have shared the wickets. Here is Baker, hustles in, passes the umpire, Duguid, and bowls, and that's clipped away into the onside off his pads, and they get a single as the ball is picked up by the man on the backward square boundary. Reminds many of the great fast bowlers who would have played for Hampshire in English county cricket. The great Malcolm Marshall was one of a kind, played for 14 seasons for Hampshire. The overseas players of note also Barry Richards, Gordon Greenidge, and of course the Australian Shane Warne, who's played for both Victoria and Hampshire. In fact, he captained both sides, one in Australia, one in England. Loose shot outside the line of the off stump. Wide delivery signal there by Duguid as the total goes up to 147 for 2. Is that a wide?
Yeah, definitely. It was almost like a Brad, we will say, in local cricket. Baker, yes, he's looking for some pace, and rightly so, because you've got 2 new batsmen at the crease. Coming back to the late Malcolm Marshall, when I was in Cape Town, South Africa earlier this year, someone was showing me where the club Malcolm Marshall was playing for. Played cricket around the world.
Baker rushes in, bowls outside the line of the leg stump. That might have clipped the pad, or else Nigel Duguid would have signaled the wide again. So as it goes into the book as a dot ball.
Yeah, good comeback there from Baker after conceding that wide. So as I said, this is a good opportunity, a perfect one for Hawks to claw their way back after they were just innocuous with the ball in the first 15 overs. They were ponged, they were smashed, they were plastered across the sward here at Providence. So good comeback, impressive here, especially by Baker.
So Baker, 9 to 5 on his back, moves in, gallops in, bowls to Edwards. Edwards looking for a dab, a paddle sweep, scoop sweep, misses the shot, and it goes by to be taken by the keeper, and another dot goes into the scorebook.
And another impressive piece of bowling there from Baker. So he's firing up, he would have bowled earlier. He's operated from a different end, but his control is a bit better now, and once he can maintain that consistent line and length, it will be good for him and Hampshire Hawks. But this is kind of a little bit, unbelievable from Edwards, trying to do all sort of things, having faced only 3 deliveries.
Well, the good news is the sun is back, not in all its glory, but brightly shining, and this is on the line of the leg stump, clipped away, and again good running in the end, going back for 2, putting pressure on the deep backward square, couldn't prevent them from going back for 2. This is excellent running, 149 for 2, 2 balls left in the 17th over, 1 run to reach 150.
Yes, good running by these 2 batsmen. As I said, fresh legs. They were looking to get the runs. Yes, not many boundaries we would have seen since this pair, but the running has been outstanding by the Victoria batsman. I think that really contributes significantly to this total.
Edwards 3, Wells at the non-strikers end, he's 4. And this is Dawson looking on as this is pushed into the onside. They get a single, a little bit of semi-pull, back of a length, and the 150 comes up in the 17th over. So
Yes,
good,
and
good start.
Yeah, they continue from where they left off. They gather big totals already in the tournament, so they know how to handle this pitch. Yes, different opposition, different game, but you will come out and play with that sort of momentum. I think Victoria can achieve a big total here, Sean.
Still the small crowd on hand. Nice to see some school children in the stands. And Baker from the commentary box and hustles in balls, and that's pushed away out towards the backward point position, and they come back for one, they come back for the second, and that's again good running. They must be quite tired after running all those twos in this over. The over comes to an end, 152 for 2. Baker 1 for 24 off a 3, 6 to Wells and 4 to Edwards.
Yeah, this is good running. I think the plan is well executed. There's fast running. We're going to judge it well. We're going to come back for the second once the field is deep, especially. This is a lightning fast outfield, typical of the Providence Stadium. But the running has been excellent by the Victoria batsman Hawks. It was a good over in the context of things because we are approaching the back end of this innings. You will expect batsmen coming and looking to fire in all cylinders. They had a scintillating start by McDonald and Krishnamurti. New batsman at crease. They want to finish strong. They want to get to that projected total of 188 from the allotment of 20 overs. So it's all happening. Exciting cricket at the moment.
One of the fastest drawing international cricket grounds in the world, Providence, and that's a reverse sweep and glorious shot. Hit that so easily with disdain, down towards the boundary at third man for 4. Almost looked like if he knew where the bowler was going to bowl, and dispatched it so easily in the end. So 4 more runs, and the boundaries continue now after a little cautious part of the innings.
Yes, nice piece of improvisation there from Edwards, as you rightly describe it, Sean, that he planned that shot. Nice premeditated shot, came on the front foot. More importantly, he found the gap to perfection, and he got 4 glorious runs. So good batting again by Victoria. They continue to impress.
Yeah, well, the sun streams down here at Providence. Couple of patches of blue in the sky. Basically, grey, fluffy clouds hovering over the Providence ward. A ground that has been laid on a cane field, sugar cane plantation. This was a sugar cane plantation before 2006 when it was developed for the 2007 World Cup. This is pitched up and played with the full face of the bat down towards the mid-off. He's inside the circle, but he still couldn't prevent the single, and the total going up by 1.
More facility, more history, because we know Borda, Georgetown Cricket Club ground, would have created history. Test matches began there in the early 19th century.
Here is Howell bowls, and that's pushed into the offside. Well, the first match there was played in 1930.
Wow.
When West Indies won their first ever match. They beat England, and that ground has hosted so far 30 test matches. Here has hosted only 3.
So we're still in the 3.
Yeah.
3-0 and 3.
Yeah. The first one was Sri Lanka, and then 2011 when West Indies beat Pakistan. This is a ball that's on the line of the leg stump and hit in the air. He's going to be caught. But you can't blame him for that. He had to keep going. They want to get the runs as high as possible. 158 now for 3.
Yes, Edwards looking to go for the top again. Not enough connection, not enough elevation. As you rightly said, Sean, that they will come out and look to go hard at the bowling. They're looking to launch a couple of 6s towards the end of this innings. They're able to keep piling on runs. They have got a solid foundation laid. And 158 for 3 now in over number 18. Scott Edwards, a little bit of show. His innings was brief, but no doubt he would have liked to contribute it more substantially to this total. But still, Victoria, we can say, in the ascendancy of this match after they were asked to take for strike 158 for 3 in the context of things throughout the tournament. 130, 140 turning out to be competitive total.
So 17.4 overs gone. Not much overs left in this innings. And the Victorians from the country of Australia. That's the only country that plays cricket that I've never been to. Australia.
Your next visit should be next year.
Your visit?
Your visit.
Nah. I've been to South Africa, England, Sri Lanka, all for cricket, but never been to Australia.
Zimbabwe,
Yes, I've been to Zimbabwe. I saw the Victoria Falls.
Bangladesh.
This is a ball that's on the line of the leg stump and tugged away, just falling short of the long on running in. So Wells goes now to 7 and gives the strike back to the new batter, total going up by 1. So the sun coming out back now in all its glory, 159 for 3. And this is short, kept a little bit low, had to bend the knees and then pulled it away out towards the mid-wicket position. Again coming back for 2 runs. That's continuing to be good, excellent running between the two. 163 for 3, 18 overs gone.
Yeah, good running, as you rightly said, Sean. As we come into the end of this first innings, 2 overs remaining, which when we translate that 12 legal deliveries, based on the projection, they could get up to 182, and that's going to be a very challenging total for the opposition Hawks. Remember, they are not in good form. They are languishing at the bottom of the points table in this 5-team competition, this 5-team tournament. So the bowling hasn't been that impressive. What they're going to do with the bat is left to be seen, because they're up against one of the powerhouse teams in this competition, one of the tournaments of a favorite, Victoria. Coming back to your question, Sean, which is your favorite country to commentate or to provide coverage, as a journalist? Don't put Guyana in that.
Well, I've been to
Barbados?
the USA also. No. Yes, Barbados is my favorite country away from Guyana.
Wow.
The land of the flying fish, which don't fly.
Cuckoo.
Yeah. Here is Baker, comes in, bowls, and that's back of a length, goes on top of it, and look for a 2, and they'll get it 2. So good running again.
And I know you would have covered cricket in South Africa. I'm asking you that because I went to South Africa to do commentary as well and writing, and I really, really thoroughly enjoy it in every aspect, the hospitality of the people, looking at the cricket and that sort of things. What about your trip to South Africa in 2010?
Well, when I went there, this tournament reminds me of a mini Champions League.
Wow.
That finished in 2011 when the Guyanese won the 2010 regional 2020 tournament. That's on the line of the off stump, slashed away out towards backward point. And Wells goes now to 9, 4 to go. And the total going up to 164. So this reminds me of a Champion League. Only thing, there are not as much teams involved. This is the inaugural year, so hopefully it's going to be annual something. And it's the only standalone tournament in South America, which is good. Guyana, the only English-speaking country in South America, part of the Caribbean culture in terms of language, culture, music, and so on. That's a good shot delivery from Baker. Got him in some trouble there. Looked like a boxer evading a straight right in the middle of the ring. And all is well that ends well, hopefully.
Hopefully he's fine, because this is poor anticipation. He's thinking that he's going to get a delivery, that he can able to do the scoop shot. But the ball was short, bouncing him. I think that's a good present of mind there from Baker, realizing the batsman already committed for the shot. But he had the evade action. As he said, he looked like another sport, a boxer. Probably going for a 12-round bout.
Good thing that ball didn't hit his helmet, hit his elbow, and the rebound did. This is short and pulled away, but powerfully, but straight to the deep mid-wicket, and he could only get a single as the ball goes back towards the keeper to return. So 165 to 3. Yes, in the Champions trophy in 2010, which was won by Chennai Super Kings. They beat South Australia in the final. Sarwan was there, Stephen Jacobs, Langus Koch, Jonathan Fu, all the big names represented Guyana. They didn't win a single match.
Poor participation from Guyana.
Yeah, but Sarwan had the only half century, 70, against South Australia. This is turned into the onside, and there is just the single. So good over so far in the dying stage, in the death.
Yeah, definitely good bowling. Good comeback from Hawks in the context of things. But how would you have rated that competition? Because you said Guyana participate. That's the only team from the Caribbean did participate.
Yeah, because they went to the West Indies champion. The West Indies had a T20 tournament then. The final was played against Barbados. And of course, Barbados lost again.
So Guyana eventually participated in the tour in South Africa. So Chennai, how was the competition you would have rated?
Well, it was high altitude. The air was very thin. And that's caught. Outside the line of the off-stump, short and wide, didn't have the room to play that shot, and Wells going for 10. 166 now for 3, 19 overs gone. 66 for 4.
Yes, good comeback here from Hawks, and Big is leading from the front, 2 for 29 after his 4th over. 19 overs have been completed, but what a comeback here from Hawks. Yeah, they won the toss. Decided to bowl, no justification up front because they conceded 137 runs before getting the initial breakthrough. But now they are a little more fired up, a little more control, showing a lot of consistency with their bounce, and they have picked up wickets regularly. But Victoria, yes, they had a good start, a good foundation laid. They look to fire up at the back end of the innings. So we understand, Sean, that the batsmen will come out, and with the momentum in the batting department, they want to make a big impression, make a statement at the back end. They will go after the bowling, especially with the final over about to be bowled. This is the kind of cricket we can expect. Yes, entertaining for the crowd, but certainly Hawks, the English-based team, really making an impressive comeback, a brilliant comeback at the back end of the innings.
Well, I think they won the toss and inserted the opposition to bat because they wanted to chase. If they're to get up in their run rate, they need to know how many runs they're going to chase, and they got to know how many overs they're going to chase it in to stand a chance of getting into an unlikely final. This is short and pulled away down towards the forward square leg position. They settled for 1 this time. Previously, they would have gone hustling through for 2. So, just a single. And the two batters have a mid-wicket conversation there. So, nice sunshine coming back here at Providence, a ground which has hosted every format in World Cups. They hosted in 2007 the 5th over World Cup, 2010 the 2020 World Cup. They've hosted boys World Cup under 19, and they've hosted the female World Cup.
Yeah, history for the National Stadium Providence on the east bank of Demerara, and I'm sure they're going to host more matches as well, including local cricket.
167 for 4. That's a short ball by Fuller. And it's nice to see Fuller bowling short.
Well, he used that ball in his very first over. He was smacked for a couple of boundaries, so that plan did not work for him. But surprisingly, he continues with it in the final over of this innings, the 20th. But he can try it because you have got 2 new batsmen at the crease. But expect the batsman to come down, charging down the track, looking to go over the top, picking up boundaries. It's going to be a tussle here.
So Fuller, angled approach, goes past umpire Wilson from Jamaica, bowls to Anderson is swatting at it. No real movement of the right foot across. And in the end, it went by to be taken by the keeper. So 2 dots goes into the scorebook, and the final over got that bowling.
Yeah, good start for Fuller. Excellent start. This has been amazing. So no doubt they will want to finish off strong with the ball. But it was an awesome start for Victoria, 137 runs. You talk about Christopher Taylor from Jamaica. What about your trips as a journalist covering tournament in Jamaica?
Well, that was wonderful because in the days of the Shell Sandals tournament, they played at different grounds around Jamaica. Not only Sabina Park, they had the ground that the bauxite ground This is a short ball slapped away, and in the end it goes out towards the mid-wicket position, and they get a single. So now Gore is on 6. He's back in strike. 1 to Anderson. He's finally come off the mark from his third ball, and two balls left in this over. So Jamaica was a variety of grounds. You played at St. Elizabeth, you played at the Bauxite Company, you played at Melbourne, you played all over the place when there was regional cricket there. Of course, Test cricket only being played at Sabina Park. Here is Fuller on his way, bowls, and that's short and pulled away, and it goes down to the backward square position. So just a single. So this is excellent bowling here from Fuller. 18. This is his second over. 169 for 4.
Yeah, the boundaries have dried up quite significantly here for Victoria. We would have anticipated a better finish from them after that prolific opening stand between Blake McDonald and Sanjay Krishnamurti. 137 runs, but they have lost the way. They lost the momentum at the back end of the innings.
Actually, the last 16 balls haven't gotten a boundary. This is a ball that's outside the line of the opponent. Again, a big hike and a miss. And he gets a bye this time. So the last delivery gets a bye. So the end of the innings, 170 for 4, 20 overs gone. 1 not out to Anderson. Gore is not out on 7. And Fuller, excellent last over. Still no wicket though, but good bowling. None for 18 from 2. Good total there. Hawks would need to get 171 to win this game.
Yeah, I think that was an impressive finish. 170 for 4 at the expiration of 20 overs. Victoria might be holding the psychological edge in defense of that total based on their representation throughout this tournament, one of the tournament favorites. Now a win here will certainly guarantee them a place in tomorrow's night final. But in summary, Sean, 170 for 4 from 20 overs. I think it was an exhilarating batting performance by the Australians. They came out and fired in all cylinders, thanks mainly to Sanjay Krishnamurti and Blake McDonald. Really put up a show, quality batting. They were just exceptional with that opening stand, 137. So that really set up the foundation, set up the platform for a big total. Maybe a little bit disappointing that they could not have achieved more, but I thought it was a good bowling effort by the Hampshire Hawks at the back end of the innings, led by the pacer Baker, Wood, and especially Fuller. Sean.
Well, Baker 2 for 29. They pick up the bowlers, bowled with real pace, 4 overs, 2 for 29. That's good for him. The other bowlers chipped in, and so it was a good all-round performance by the Hawks. But apart from the blazing start, they did well to pull back it for a total less than 200.
Yes, I always believe that if you won the toss and you're going to have a bowl, you are coming out with a plan. Yes, it might not have worked so well for them in the first 10 overs because they did not take a wicket until the 15 overs. The decision might have backfired at them, but I think they might have misread the pitch. You want to bowl force on this pitch here, you haven't got the respond, and I think that went out of the favor. But don't take away that partnership. It was just phenomenal from Blake McDonald and Sanjay Krishnamurti. I think they really batted purposely. They got runs. They all took the initiative very early. They took the advantage very early. They capitalized on all the loose deliveries, and it's a really well played innings from both McDonald and Krishnamurti.
Well, Krishnamurti was absolute class. 77 from 49 balls. McDonald 59 from 43 balls. And a good batting performance. As you said, this is the third time they've passed 1/5 in the tournament. So that's the only team to have done it more than once. And 137 for 1. A phenomenal partnership. But as I said, as they got into the second phase, the run rate decreased. And so they didn't get to their projected score of just about 200.
Yes, I mean, the breakthrough was good for Hawks. Blake and Krishnamurti, as you said, really put up a good show, laid a good solid foundation. One would have definitely anticipated a better showing from them, more fireworks at the back end of the innings. But after they were separated, both of them fell very quickly, and that might have broken their momentum, might have put a dent in their confidence, and so they could not have finished off strongly. But don't rule out the Hawks. I think they fought back well. They too were quite, innocuous up front. The bowling, their plan didn't work. They had spin-pace combination. I think there was a drop catch, but they really finish off strong. I'm sure they're going to be very pleased now. No doubt they could be confident of finishing their campaign on a winning note. But still, this is going to be a tricky total of 171 from 20 overs to get.
Well, this is in fact the highest total in this tournament so far. So it's going to be a hard task for them to chase down. They need 171 to win. Until we come back again in the next 20 minutes or so. This is Sean Devers. Okay.
Yes, so I think Hawks, they have opportunity to now to bat, to make an impression with the bat. They would have seen what Victoria did and probably took some motivation from them and say, okay, they had two batsmen who really put up a show, came to the party, batted brilliantly, executed their plans, found the gaps to perfection, getting the boundaries quite frequently. So their plans, I think, their plans were well executed. Victoria. So Hawks, how they going to chase down this total is very, very interesting. I know from a Guyanese point of view, they want to see Victoria coming out victorious today, because they will keep Guyana Amazon Warriors' hopes alive of reaching the final tomorrow night. Victoria will certainly head into the final if they win against Hawks, which is looking very much in their favor, because we have got the final fixture in the preliminary round tonight between Ragpur Riders of Bangladesh and Lahore Qalandars of Pakistan, and these two neighbors going to fight it out tonight, because both have a chance to get to the final. I'm sure, Sean, you're willing to just give us some updates on the scenarios. But Guyana, they completed their 4 allotted match, 2 wins, 2 defeats, mixed fortune for them, but their hopes of getting to the final is hanging by a thread.
Well, this is the final game for the Victoria side. So they've won 2, and most likely they're looking as if they're going to win this one. They'll end up on 6 points. They are already in the finals, despite if they win or lose. They're the number 1 team, and the worst they can get is number 2. So this game, Guyana, especially the Guyanese fans, would hope that they continue winning, because if the Hawks chase down this score in less than 20 overs, their run rate will go ahead of Guyana's net run rate, which is very unlikely with this score posted now. So that's out of the equation. 1 tick for Guyana. But tonight, the Riders, who have gotten 2 points, they will want to beat Qalandars, who gotten 4 points. 3 teams have gotten 4 points. Guyana so far, Victoria before this second inning starts, and of course Qalandars. So the Riders have got 2 points. So if they can beat the Qalandars, not by much, because if they beat them by much, they would go past Guyana's net run rate. They just got to get a tight finish, go down maybe to the 19th over and win. And their run rate wouldn't be as much as the Guyana Amazon run rates, but that's all conjecture. What's a fact is that we've got to wait for the outcome of this game, which seems likely to be in Guyana's favor. But tonight is the big night. It could be an anticlimactic situation if Guyana is not in the final.
Yes, certainly in agreement with you there, Sean Devers. So you're not missing any cricket, because the First innings completed. We have the resumption of play very shortly, and all happening in terms of the scenario when it comes to the points. 5 teams in participation. The ifs and nos now. You're just edging away, but all eyes will be on that match tonight between Rangpur Riders and Lahore Qalandars. But they have fought back well. Lahore Qalandars, after they were beaten in their first match, 3 matches. Really have come back, led by the West Indian Carlos Brathwaite. But that's going to be a big game. That's going to be a game of huge interest tonight between Riders, the final game in the preliminary stage, because we are coming back tomorrow night right here at this facility for the championship encounter, and they are still continuing their quest for the $1 million. So Sean, I really think Riders going to play well tonight. Hopefully they don't beat the opposition badly, so they can sneak a place in the final and keep Guyana out. Nervous situation for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. They started off well with the victory. They suffered defeat, and then they came back with a win, and then back into a defeat. So mixed fortune for them. But last night, we'll just touch on that on a little. Your thoughts and your impression. They could not have gotten to 118. The pitch would have played a significant part because 20 wickets fell in that game.
Well, most people come to watch 2020 for big scores. Like today, we saw Krishnamurti and McDonald flay the bowlers to all parts of the field. You want to see that. You don't want to see low scores. You don't come to see bowlers get wickets. You come to see batters get runs. That's the format of 2020. It's exciting. It's fantastic. It's festival. So you don't expect a big input from the bowlers. But these pitches here, not only the Providence pitch, but we saw it in the World Cup. I feel that they're too slow and low for 2020 cricket. Having said that, last night the Warriors actually made a few blunders to my mind. One was the opening with the batting of Pretorius. The next thing was Tahir coming in ahead of Shepherd, and also the fielding didn't help. We've seen throughout this tournament the loose, sloppy fielding by the Warriors.
Yes,
and that's what maybe was the main thing that have them in this position.
Yeah, certainly. One would have predicted an easy win for Guyana, especially restricting them to 118 from 20 overs. I mean, they had them reeling at 27 for 5, then a half century from Shazil Shaw. Really, give that the winning total to Riders. But Guyana, they bowl well. They were asked to bowl by Riders because Riders seemed to have a good plan last night in the batting department. Probably didn't achieve a target that they would have set initially, only getting to 117, which turned out to be a triumphant total for them. Then they too have hopes of reaching the final, because if they could come out tonight, Sean, on fire in all cylinders and win by a big margin, they have the opportunity of competing in the finals tomorrow night. So Guyana off the scene in terms of the preliminary stage. They completed the 4 matches, but now they're living in hopes, and hopefully from the Guyana point of view they could get into the final tomorrow night, because we might watch a final with a empty stadium.
Well, you talk about Hope. Hope actually batted solidly last night, but I think he batted too slowly in the context of at a low total. You got to go and look at your net run rate. You got to bat faster in the power play. You've got to score more quickly. He made 45, which in the end was the top score. Of course, Masood, his second half century, was the only score of note for the opposition. So it was a low scoring game. Both teams batted badly. And Hettimeyer is, to my mind now, a big disappointment. He should have come last night. I said that last night was his night. I told my editor, Leon Horatio, good afternoon to you. It's still morning. Good morning to you. I told him that tonight was Hetmeyer's night.
Well, as you rightly said, was a low-scoring affair. He came out at number 4 and got a golden duck. But coming back to Shea Hope innings, yes, he was quite meticulous. He was looking to take up the responsibility because wickets were keep tumbling at the on end. When he started to change gear, then is when he met his demise. So I don't really understand his approach from there on, how he gonna anchor things. But you had needed someone who gonna stabilize things and bring them home. Someone had to bat through. Yes, Imran Tahir came ahead of Romari Shepherd. The basin, Romari Shepherd can hit the ball powerfully, but he just needs time at the wicket. If he can really gets in there and bring back some momentum to the team, because he can provide that sort of firepower at the back end. I think he might have come in a little late, and that might have been a poor decision because the result is poor for Guyana Amazon Warriors. They're leffing now watching a contest with both eyes tonight, with the red eyes tonight.
Well, as we speak, both batters from the Hawks are on the field, so are the umpires and the fielders. And in the seat will be Naeem Chan, and he will continue to speak with Andrew Mason.
So thank you very much indeed. The sun is out in all of its brilliance now. Naeem, I know you are a man 26 miles away. You brought the sun. Wonderful. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, nice, Andrew.
Mm.
We've missed the sunshine. It's all out in its glory now, but it's in our eyes and faces.
It is interesting that we were talking a lot about the whole question when Sean was on about his favorite venue to do commentary. What's your favorite venue?
I love Jamaica because I love the country and I like the people. You know. But of course you have a sentimental attachment to your own country, which is Guyana. We're looking at Drake's. The Hampshire cricketers are out there. This is first ball, and they're getting a run, almost missing at the non-strikers, and the mid-off came in, charging in, and Prest is off the mark.
I rather suspect had he hit, he would have been a goner. He looked as if he was going to give. Have a look at this now, as the ball is played up towards mid-off. It was one of those cheeky singles that you would take when you were playing with your little son in the backyard. Have a look at that. The return coming in. Is he in the frame? No, he would have been gone. He would have been gone. And I think the field up at mid-off was close enough and should have hit the target there.
Yeah, but nice bit of work, groundwork, and just couldn't hit the stumps. Let's look at Alior. Drakes comes in, bowls to him down the leg side. I don't think he got a nick onto that. I heard some sound, but the ball ended up just in front of the batsman. They took a single, no signal from the umpire.
Yeah, inside edge onto the pad. I think they're in a hurry here. They want to try to maximize on the power play. It's a difficult assignment for them, there's no question about that, because we've seen in this competition so far low scores. So the score that was made by Victoria, I think when you look at it, would go down as perhaps one of the better scores. They made 170.
Yes, of course. We've lost the sunshine, but there's a nice steady wind. If you look at the flannels of Dominic Drakes, it's just about fluttering away. Look across the ground, not seeing any. Yeah, there are a couple of flags there. Drakes comes in down the leg side. Press looking to tickle it around the corner, doesn't make contact. Wide and wild delivery.
Yeah, it wasn't called a wide, and I'm not sure it would have nipped the pad its way through. The umpire didn't call it. I'd love to see that on the monitor. On the pitch, which is played pretty okay. And you know, Naeem, when you look at the teams that we've seen so far, to me, Victoria, they look very good.
Absolutely, outstanding. I admire the way they run between the wickets. Yeah, fantastic. They've got a lot of good players inside. Typical of Australia.
Yeah, I mean, the Australians are tough cookies.
Drakes turns now, goes away from us, the northern end, he's up there, and whacked away. That's gone all the way. Pressed, getting into position in the sweet spot there, and hoisting it straight over mid-wicket, maximum.
Yeah, I love that. I haven't heard that from a commentator in a long time, the sweet spot. And it was badly lined. He missed his length too. It was on the leg stump. It was a free hit. And all he had to do was to get back on that. And he actually timed it beautifully. And it went to her for 6. So the important thing here for the Hampshire Hawks is they get in the singles, and that bad ball will come along. You've got to put it away.
A good score, nevertheless, formidable. And from a Guyanese perspective, of course, the Guyanese are hoping that the Victoria side will rump home, Nice little small sprinkling of spectators. Lots of small children here. Next delivery, lifter outside the line of the off stump. And Press looking to scoop it up past the short third man, didn't make contact.
Yeah, what I liked about that delivery was the bounce generated by Drakes there. And it was an effort delivery. And he could have easily nipped that to the keeper as well. I know he was looking to up and over, as they say, maybe down to that general direction of third man at backward point. But a good effort delivered there from Dominic Drakes.
We got a short third man, short backward point, cover, extra cover, mid off on the offside. Drakes up and bowls down the leg side, tickle off the bat. Now Press getting into position there. That's another wide delivery and wild delivery. Dominic Drakes has not had a good over. None for 12, his first over, 12 without loss, over number 1.
And you would be happy with the start, having to get a difficult score of 171. The first over, getting 12 runs, it was a poor over. There were 2 bad deliveries, the fourth being a short ball that was pulled away over mid-wicket for 6. And then, having produced a decent delivery outside the line of the off stump, the fifth, the last was badly lined down the leg side. All the batsman had to do was to get back into that. And as a result, 12 overs, a pretty good start.
Absolutely. And they're on their way, so to speak. That was the end of the over. So 1 over gone. And if you're picking up the broadcast wherever you are, originating out of Guyana, this is the Global Super League coming down to crunch time. The grand finale is slated for tomorrow evening right here at the National Stadium. Let's have a look what's happening here now. Smith comes in, bowls to Alior, straight up to mid-off for a quick single. So the running between the wickets have been generally good. We saw a good display of it when the Victoria side, when they were batting. And so they have been, I think the tournament started off a little bit, a little haywire maybe, not up to par in many cases. But then it came and got better and better. And I think the Guyanese public greeting these teams in our country, they wanted first to make a little assessment of the teams and the ability. I think they have a better understanding now. So you can expect then that the second year running for the Global Super League, that you'd have better crowds out here. Smith in the air, taken. Prest is gone. He's down at the mid-on there, looking to smack it straight over the head of mid-on. Didn't get the power, didn't get the bottom hand, and Smith striking for the Victoria side. Prest gone for 11, 13 for the loss of 1 as he goes back to the pavilion. And there's a little bit of noise and celebration as the DJ just kicks in his music system now into our ears. So the chase would look pretty nicely on. They started off 12 off of the first over, and then all of a sudden the Hampshire Hawks lost their first one. Press goes back for 11, 13 for the loss of 1.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Victoria will be quite happy with the success. As you know, if they win, they certainly go on to be in the finals. And Guyanese will be wishing and hoping that things work out for them. But as we said, it really was complicated because of the very ordinary performance by Guyana. And it will be a major disappointment, there's no question about that, Naeem, if they do not make it to the finals.
Well, I like your choice of words, first of all. Very ordinary performance, actually. And a lot of Guyanese, you can imagine the talk in the little minibuses in the offices this morning.
Indeed. In fact, this morning, before I came, I did in fact go to Georgetown, and there were many people saying we really hope that the Guyanese can qualify, because I think if that happens, you should get a pretty decent crowd tomorrow. I note with interest that the school children have come in, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think the government and the organizers, the sponsor, ExxonMobil, might be highly inclined to open up the gates to the...
Yeah, I would think so. I think that's sensible.
Yeah. Well, second batsman in, Weatherly at number 3, 13 for the loss of 1. He's not coming in at an ideal time. You would have hoped that the 2 opening batsmen would have had quite a platform, Smith. Smith edges away. This will go for 4. They don't have to run outside edge. There is no slip. But are you a little surprised, Andrew,
Yeah.
that with all of this advantage, 170 you made, you don't have a slip in?
In fact, I was just going to comment on that. The slip is that short third man. The outside edge from was a lovely outswing. And two things went well for the bowler in that he was able to get the ball to move away from the right-hander, and it also had some bounce. Have a look at that. And the ball went between the keeper and short third man. They got to put that short third man to slip.
Yeah. Smith comes in now. 17 for the loss of 1. They'll pick up another single here. Down towards backward point. Weatherly getting off the mark. Alior is 2. Weatherly on 5. 18 for the loss of 1 in over number 2.
It's interesting that you talk about the situation as far as field placing concerned, because you get the feeling that in T20 a lot of captains are not inclined to attack. And I thought last night that the Riders captain did an excellent job against the Guyanese in terms of the manipulation of the bowlers and the field placing as well.
Over number 2, Smith up, bowls to Orr, and Orr is swinging away down the leg side, gets a single. So I'm looking at the umpire to see whether there'll be a signal. There's none.
Yeah, the other thing too about a contest like this, you know you got to really be positive in trying to get up to 170, and you find that in this tournament teams have not been able to understand and to calculate how to approach a small score, as was the case with Ghana last night. They only had 118 to win and they struggled, and in fact the last over they had 15 runs to get, so the rate just kept climbing and climbing.
Smith charges in from the southern end and bowls, and this is clobbered away. Good shot there, Weatherly. He was absolutely in control. Nice body language, flowing off drive. 4 runs.
Yeah, the thing about that, it was a lengthy delivery. It was on the off stump. He was coming forward, and once he got back into that, he was able to split the field between the mid-off and cover, and that was so beautifully timed. The thing, though, is that they've already lost the wicket, but the scoring rate is good. Remember, the first over produced some 12 runs, so it's a decent start for them, because when you look at it, 2 overs gone, but they're already 23.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, you know what? I'm really nostalgic and reminiscing because we're sitting together on the
Right.
same panel. But long ago, we never had the television screen to help us with the replays and everything now to our advantage.
Yeah, and the thing about it is that yes, TV has taken up, but radio is still vital. There's no question about that. I love radio, and
you were born for this.
you will be surprised at the number of people that listen to the West Indies YouTube. Of course, CPL, they've got the YouTube channel as well, and there's several stations across the Caribbean carrying the broadcast, and right here in Ghana, Mix FM and Light FM carrying the broadcast.
Absolutely.
So you've got a big audience, my friend. Say good morning to them.
Good morning. This is Naeem Chan here. Absolutely wonderful.
Who lives 26 miles away.
To be sitting in the glorious village of Unity in Our Hope. This is down the leg side. This is going to go away for 4. Whether he got a nick onto it or not, we'll wait on a signal. It's 4 runs. Alior turning it away. That was a ball. And Dominic Drakes is not having a nice time out there.
Well, he's all over the place. There's a Calypsonian in Barbados called Punka, who actually went on stage with a donkey, and he was all over the place. That's a long time ago. And Drakes, to me, is not as consistent as a bowler as he should be. I think his father was much better.
Yeah, and we have grown accustomed to seeing better than this at least. Basper Drakes, good morning to you. This is
More runs.
paddle swept again.
Bad delivery.
That's going to go again down the leg side for 4. This is not good, Dominic Drakes.
In fact, in Barbados, he was said that he's bowling sweet water. I mean, it was a delivery outside the line of the leg stump, no control, no pace. It was just a hit me, so to speak. And I know he's highly thought of. Played for Barbados recently in the 50-over competition that was never completed, and was just thereabouts. He's a bit of a bits and pieces cricket in my view, Dominic Drakes.
But he's got a nice build. He's wiry, he's pretty tall. He's up there now. That's a lifting delivery, one that Alior ducks on, then let it go outside just over the stumps, actually.
But I think he was stung by the previous deliveries that were very, very short indeed and were poor. So he just came on that leg stump, but has some aggression and some bounce. And as a result, the batsman actually ducked. But what I liked about that delivery on a pitch which is considered to be slow, the bounce generated by Drakes.
Yeah, he was able to take that out of the pitch. I think the pitch has been of even bounce so
Yeah,
far.
it's a good pitch. you know, as I said before, I'll comment after this delivery.
Yeah, sunshine streaming down here at the National Stadium. Drakes comes into Alior, or is looking for the drive, doesn't get hold of it, down to extra cover, no run.
No, the ball before was short. The batsman was on the bat, and I think you have to give credit to Drakes because he pitched it up. And a full-length delivery was played off the bat foot because the batsman was looking for another short ball.
What do you think about the field placing? I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, well, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men of the offside inside the circle, saving one. So the attack has got to be just on about that off stump.
That by itself is a bit of aggression, nice aggression from the fielding side. This delivery is slower from Drakes, turned away on the onside. Drakes is standing up in the middle of the pitch. A little humbug there to the runners, and there's an appeal as the bails are taken off on the striker's end, but not out, says the umpire.
Yeah, but the keeper doesn't look all that keen. Had it been right over the bails, he had to catch it and then divert on the stumps. The batsman on his stomach was able to dive home. But you know, I was commenting on the field placing with the 5 fielders in the ring on the offside, and there was Drakes bowling the ball on the leg stump. So as they say, he's not bowling to his field, he's all over the place.
Absolutely. I think they're going to wait on the big screen to see what's coming up.
Have a look at this. He could be in trouble here. And did his bat get over the line, or the bails? Oh, I think he's in trouble. Have a look at that. Are the bails off?
Yeah, he's got to be over the crease.
Yeah, he's got to be over the crease. So on the evidence there, he could be a goner. He was the return was not the best, but I think he could be in some trouble here. He's gone. Yeah, he's short. The keeper didn't seem all that keen. Now, obviously, he was not sure about it, but another wicket falls.
This is not a good start. They started off well, 12 off the first over, and then something was going wrong in the full face of some pretty bad bowling from Drakes.
Yeah, indeed. The ball was turned away in the onside. Always a difficulty in coming back for that second. The field of the wicket boundary came in quickly, although his return was not right over the bails. In fact, it's pitched in front of the keeper, and he had to drag the ball onto the stumps, but yet the batsman was short, and that's a very important wicket to get.
Oh, Lordy. So Alior goes for 12 off 8 deliveries.
Well, I'm going to leave you. I just was in, of course, for Ravinder, who had to go and get some nice roti. I know with interest. Is that roti that we had this morning?
Yes, roti. Paratha roti.
Okay.
Yeah, with pumpkin.
Okay. So what's the difference? There's roti and there's something else.
Well, there are 2 types of,
Okay.
or 3 of them. There's sada roti that doesn't have any
Right.
oil. That's thicker.
Right.
Yeah. And then the paratha is the one that they clap.
So is there some puri or something like that?
Yes, there's dal puri.
Or dal puri. So what's the difference between? So what did we have this morning?
We had roti.
Okay.
Paratha roti.
Paratha roti.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you like that.
Can you do roti?
I can do it, but you may
Are
not.
you good?
But you know, that's the question.
Is roti a big thing at Christmas time?
It's a big thing all the time. And, people love it. I can eat it almost every
You know
day.
the Trinidadians tell me they can make better roti than the Guyanese. Let's not bring Barbados into this. We are good at flying fish and cuckoo.
Okay, I'll probably get back to you in a while. Let's look at Drakes now. New batsman is in. And Drakes comes in now, bowls to Masood. Masood is getting an outside edge, I think deliberately so. He got it down to short third man for a single.
Yes. So
You offered me a big brown bun when I
Yes.
was in Barbados one year.
Yes.
Is there a special name for that?
yes, it's a spice bun that we have there in Barbados. But of course, Barbadians are the best in the world when it comes to sweetbread. There's no question about that. I'm not even going to debate it. I think we're good at sweetbread. Because we put the nice coconut into the middle.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
lovely indeed.
And I was-
Darren Ganger tells me that Barbadians make the best macaroni pie in the world. Whenever Darren Ganger, that's why he's put on so much weight. Whenever he goes to Barbados, there's a particular place in Barbados he goes and gets his macaroni pie.
And I also went on the Jolly Rogers.
Yes, that's lovely.
I came back
It's a boat
drunk.
ride. A boat ride, indeed. Yeah,
It's a
indeed.
drunken affair, actually.
Yeah, but it's a drunken affair. So you had a good time then, didn't you?
Fantastic. Yeah. Beautiful. So, new batsman is in, Sean Masood. And there's a quiet moment now in the National Stadium. Lost the noisy background there. So, what are we going to have now? Sean Masood and Weatherly out there. I wonder what might be going through their minds. This is a long journey. That's what's going through their minds. Smith is going to continue from the far end of the ground, the southern end. Masood will take strike 33 for the loss of 2 over number 4. Smith turns, this one is down the leg side, turned by Masood down to forward of the square leg umpire. Single there, Andrew Mason.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is that they're doing well in terms of the rate. They're scoring over 10, but they've lost 2 wickets. And I think they've got to be very careful. When you look at the size that we've seen so far in this competition, I'm impressed with Victoria.
I'm absolutely so too. Of course, you have an emotional attachment to your team, the Guyana Amazon Warriors. But I think they've let it down, the Guyanese crowd.
Yeah, and major disappointment. In fact, last night, people started to leave before the game was over.
Smith charges in readily to this delivery, squaring it up on the offside. Down to short backward point, there is no run, straight to a fielder.
Just before I go, are you a Christmas man? Do you like Christmas?
Yes, I like Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. Pepper pot, I understand, is a big
Pepper pot,
thing?
Yeah, my neighbor is very good at garlic pork. I like smelling it.
Oh, you like,
Yeah,
do you eat it?
I've tasted it, yeah.
Can I ask the question again? Do you like garlic pork?
Well, you suspect that I'm evading the question. Naughty boy. Weatherly is forward, strokes it up on the offside. You know how to get information out. Is that so?
But just before I go, because I know that Ravindra comes across, I want to know from you, is there a national dish of Guyana or are there many national dishes?
Well, I've known it to be pepper pot.
Pepper pot.
Pepper pot.
Does
The
it have anything to
national
do with
dish.
the races? Of course, I mean, you've got Indian, you've got, blacks, and you've got mixed.
Well, it originated, I think, from
No,
the
I'm just
Amerindian tribe.
I'm just talking about so the national dish of Guyana is pepper pot.
Pepper pot, right.
Are you sure about
And
that?
it started all among the tribal people.
Okay, fair enough.
Smith comes in, bowls to Masood. Masood is looking to turn the wrist and get it down the leg side. Doesn't succeed. In front of him, there's no run.
Well, in fact, Anthony Kembraj was telling us yesterday that he makes a good pepper pot. Are you a pepper pot man? Can you make it?
I can cook, yes. I'm
Are you a good cook,
Yeah.
Naeem?
Yeah, very good. Yeah. And you do a little survey in Guyana
Okay.
for those people who I know well, and they'll tell you.
Well, I'm going to check with the people in Unity and find out if you're a good cook or not.
Good morning, Unity. All those beautiful people, Plantation Hope. How are you this morning? Yes, just a few minutes to midday. This is down the leg side wide, signaled by the umpire.
I understand that Unity, they produce some wonderful people.
Yes, Naeem
From-
Chan.
okay.
Well, I'm from Plantation Hope originally.
Plantation Hope.
Yes. And but I've spent most of my life around the village of Unity.
Okay. Is Sean Devers from Unity?
No, and that wasn't quite possible. They're stalwarts out of Unity. Smith at the National Stadium, down the leg side, looking for a hook there. Masood got the upper part of the bat. There's no signal from the umpires. It came off the bat.
So who are some of the famous people from Unity?
Well, you have the Chandapal, Colin Croft.
Colin Croft.
They had a host of other cricketers that played for the national side on the 19 and all of that.
Is it true the former president is from there as well?
Yes.
Mark Jagdeo?
Dr. Bar Jagdeo
Okay.
is from
Unity
there.
man.
The former president of the Guyana board as well,
Okay.
Chetram Singh.
Checkman say, how is he? I haven't seen him in a long time.
I was trying to make contact up the last week with him. He wasn't answering his phone. I
Oh
hope
my
he's
golly.
okay.
Hope his number hasn't changed.
Weatherly comes in. Sorry, Smith comes in. Weatherly turns it into the outside for a single.
Sean Devers is, I think, just about to tell you that you missed a big name. Interesting.
And Sean Devers reminds me that Gurdial played for the West Indies female team. She's from Unity.
Oh, Unity as well. Okay. Colin Croft is a Unity man.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Colin Croft's house where he was born?
Yes, of course.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. he
Now,
went
is
around
the
there.
family house still there?
Yes, it's a
And
family house.
Chanda Paul's family house is still there as well?
there, but I don't think anybody's living inside
No,
of it.
not at all.
They've been
Okay.
moving around, actually.
Wonderful. So 26 miles away, I'm told.
No, yeah, Tomahaika will be 26 miles.
So is Unity in
About 20.
Demerara?
Yes.
Okay. Is it close to Berbice?
No, it's a pretty big
Okay.
distance.
You see-
Okay, it's 66 miles from Georgetown to
You
Berbice.
see, I'm thinking the size of Barbados.
Well, I'll tell you a story. The Islanders came. I can't recall from if it was St. Vincent.
Right.
That would have been the Windwards. And they were traveling to Albion for a game. And you
Yes.
know where Albion is.
Yes, I do.
And they kept asking me, we're still in Guyana?
Wonderful
Then they
indeed.
had to cross this huge river.
Yes, in fact, in the old time days, we would leave Georgetown very early to go to Albion. Remember that?
Well, you used the ferry at
Yeah,
that time.
we used the ferry as well, yes.
There's a bridge now. Change of bowling. Borticel comes into Weatherly. Weatherly is looking for a drive. It's not there. Gets it out in the offside. No run.
I remember going to Hampden Court, and we took a small plane to get there. Do they still play at Hampden Court?
No, not anymore. Well, a stadium is going up there as
Okay.
well. Stadias are going up all over
All
the
over the
place in the
place, yeah.
country.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And Hampden Court, that's in Essequibo, am I right?
Essequibo,
Essequibo,
that's
right.
east of Georgetown.
East of Georgetown,
Right.
okay. IFLOC is still, do they play at IFLOC still?
Yes, they play there. Community cricket, club cricket, intercounty. Let's look at Weatherly to this delivery. He's turning a bit up on the onside. And just a single. So all of a sudden, the attention has gone from the cricket.
Yep, yeah. Well, just before I've been saying that for a long time, but it's always difficult to leave you in terms of the company. Is there local cricket being played in Ghana now?
Yes, of course. We just came out of the GCB
Okay.
T20
Okay.
tournament.
Well, wonderful.
They had the intercounty tournament.
Was it
on the
well attended?
19th.
Well attended?
Yes. And the minute they take it into the communities
Right.
outside of Georgetown, you get a big turnout, you know.
Indeed. I used to like to do cricket at Albion.
I liked all the countryside, and Albion is no exception to that. Masood is facing up now, left-hander, and to this delivery, he's trying to tickle it around the corner and doesn't make contact from Borticel. But I love the community grounds. You remember long ago, we went to Albion, Hampton Court, you get 6,000-7,000 people at Albion,
I
even more.
I remember going to Enmore as well. Is that
Yes.
up the East Coast?
East
is
Coast.
It? Right, I remember that, yes.
Yeah. And these community grounds, they're starved for cricket at the national level.
Right.
So whenever you take a game there, you get them all coming out with their, and you know Guyanese,
Oh, yes.
baskets.
Oh, yeah, lovely.
Basket full of food. 39 for 2 over number 5. Barticel comes in now, struck on the pad there. Masood coming across the line. I don't think he got a touch to that. There's no signal coming from the umpire, is there? No? None. So it came off the bat.
Good over so far. Just 2 runs bowled in the over. The rate has dropped. This is over number 5. At one stage it was 11. And Barticel is a decent left-arm pacer. And looking to finish strong. He's got 2 balls left in his first over.
Yeah, it's very diminutive-looking fast bowler. And there are some bowlers, Andrew, who don't have a big size, but, I mean, they generate a lot of pace. They're fit. But I'll ask you a question before I leave. Barticel comes in, bowls to Weatherly, outside edge. Looking to turn it away down the leg side. But I've seen weak bowlers bowl fast. Sikandar Back comes to mind in the 1977. But I'd like to ask you, while I come off, Sean Devers is coming on. I think the biggest shoulder any bowler, fast bowler, could have carried, I think that is Wasim Akram. Am I right?
Oh, he was. In fact, talk to Desmond Haynes about him. In fact, Desmond Haynes said that he's the best fast bowler he's ever faced.
Okay.
Wasim Akram.
2 other great batters told me that. Carl Hooper and Chandapal from Guyana. Weatherly is getting one down the leg side, tickles it off down towards square leg. They've gone for 1. They're going to come back now for 2. That takes the score at the end of over number 5, 42 for the loss of 2.
Just before I go, in fact, there's something going around with the top 10 fastest bowlers in cricket history. And I'll give it to you. Shoaib Akhtar, 161.3. Make a note. Sean Tate, remember him, 161.1. Brett Lee, 161.1. Jeff Thompson, remember him, 160. Mitchell Stark at 160, Andy Roberts at 159.5, Fidel Edwards 157.7, Mitchell Johnson 156.8, Mohammed Sami, I didn't know he was that quick, 156.4, and Shane Bond 156.4. Have they left out anyone?
I'll tell you that in a moment. Smith comes in from the far end and struck down the ground. That's gone all the way. Masood getting a short delivery and banged it back past the bowler down to the boundary for 4.
Well, from a West Indian
But where
perspective,
is people like Malcolm Marshall? I saw Michael Holding flat out an afternoon here in Guyana.
well, I've always, I'll say this to you. I always thought that Michael Holden consistently was the quickest. There's no question about this. Just do one over before Sean Devers comes to call in. I'm sure you want to get into the discussion as well. I always thought that he was consistently the quickest fast bowler we had in a long time.
And I come to another name, whacked away down to backward square. That's gone for 4. Short, Masood was in behind and clobbered it away. In fact, it's 6 runs. But what about Patrick Patterson?
Well, but interesting again because Jeffrey Dujon says that Patrick Patterson was the fastest he kept to.
At a with
Yeah,
consistency.
Patrick Patterson
I
was
was
quick.
in the box there in
You
Jamaica.
used
when
to
I
call
heard
him
that.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Oh.
He said his fingers were hurting.
Yeah.
after
He was
keeping
very,
Patrick
very,
Patterson.
very quick indeed. So I'm a little bit surprised at some of the names here.
Well, let's see what's happening here at Providence. Again, pulled away. Is this going to
Catch
be caught?
taken.
Yes, it is. Backward square takes the catch. And another wicket. 52 now for 3. Masood goes for 14 off 8. And Smith strikes.
Yeah, well, they're scoring pretty well, but they're losing wickets, and you can't afford that. I believe that 171 is going to be a very difficult assignment for the Hampshire Hawks. They've been inconsistent. Another ball that was banged in short and didn't get over it, and it went down to backward square. The catch was taken, but they're playing against a very impressive Victoria side.
Absolutely. It's like, in many aspects, you can't compare it actually, but the Victoria side, they've played good cricket. I love the way they run between the wicket. They have done many aspects of the game, a high top quality. And now the Guyanese people have been able to assess them. And of course, the world is watching at this too. Sean Masood goes 14 off 9, and Weatherly is still there, not out on 14. 52 for the loss of 3. 5.3 overs.
Yeah, well, the rate is okay, but you're losing wickets, and that's always going to be a challenge for you. Weatherly looks good. He's on 14. Howell comes to the crease now, and you would think that at the moment, Victoria with the advantage. I thought they batted very well. There might have been maybe 10, 15 runs short, given the kind of start that they had. But I would think that in these conditions, given the strength of Victoria, they should be able to defend the score.
Yeah, this seems to be like a walk in the park for them. And why? I think you mentioned the right or the key element there. They continue to lose wickets.
Yeah, indeed. So that's also an important thing. I've done some comments. The first time I've ever done it with you. Have I done okay so far, you think?
You've done well. Your check is in order.
Okay, it's in order. Okay.
You may leave.
Have you signed? Have you signed it? You need to
Andrew,
sign it, you
listen
know.
for
You have to sign it, you know.
Great pleasure, brother, working with you. Many years of togetherness. Some 4 decades, actually, close to that.
I thought it was 5.
That's when you looked at your passport or your birth certificate.
Remember, you started commentary at 15 and I started at 16. A pleasure. Thanks for having me, and I'll talk to you later.
And thanks for the opportunity, Andrew, for being able to have afforded the opportunity to describe the commentaries on Cotton Drive Network. Madhulal is in the seat. I'll exit also after this delivery as 53-4-3. Howell is taking strike, and this one is played up on the onside this time from Smith, and the batsman crossed for a single. Madhulal, you, and then Sean Levers.
Thank you very much, Naeem Chen. Thank you very much, Andrew Mason. 53 for 3 in the over number 6, in fact. But the Hampshire Hawks, the English-based team, looking to get 171, looking very daunting at the moment for them. Victoria, well, they are living up to expectation here. They're looking to continue their dominance. As I say, good afternoon to Sean Devers.
Yeah, well, good afternoon to you. And he comes and bowls, and that's played into the offside by Whitley. And he goes now to 54 for 3. We're in the 6th over. In fact, the 6th over has been completed. That's the end of the power play. Not a bad power play, but too many wickets going down.
Yeah, I would say a decent start here for Hampshire Hawks in the response to Victoria. 171 from 20 overs, and as you rightly said, Sean, that losing wickets quite regularly can put some pressure on them. How are they going to approach things from here on? Still plenty of time, still plenty of runs to get, still plenty of deliveries to come. So I'm sure that in this campaign they want to finish off things nicely, because it's going to be a Herculean task for them if they're going to qualify for the final tomorrow. Victoria more look assured now of reaching the grand finale with a purse of US $1 million.
Yeah, and that money was put up by ExxonMobil, Guyana. So, Naeem Chan's prediction of the weather seems to go all wrong. It's brilliant sunshine here. It's almost coming through the glass on us. This is the ball that's Stowe coming into the attack, and down the track he comes and whips it into the onside, and they come back for 2. So 17 now to Whittleby, and Howell, he's at the non-strikers, and he's on just 1 from 2 balls, 56 for 3. They require 8.3 runs from here, and Stowe balls again outside the line of the leg stump, and a good run. It went straight down to the short fine leg, but the non-striker was looking, and he got off the mark quickly, and the total going up now to 57 for the loss of 3. Small crowd, glorious sunshine, and that's what we expect in Guyana when there is cricket.
Yeah, you want a good condition to
Yeah.
prevail, and we have got glorious sunshine, as you rightly said, Sean.
So in bowls, and that's hiked away out towards the long on position, and they look for a second aboard the ideas immediately as it entered their head. And a good thing too, because good feeling there from the man at long on, had the return in like a flash, and good rotation of the strike though.
Yeah, actually it was a full toss there to the batsman. I don't think he timed it well, looking to go over the top.
So bowls, and he's bowled him, clean bowl, looking for a mighty swipe across the line, and he's gone for 18 just when he was looking set. 58 now for 4.
Yes, he was on trouble there by Wedley. Stowe picking up a wicket, so more trouble here for Hawks in the pursuit of 171 from 20 overs. He's looking to go right across. He bringing a measurable horizontal bat here into this shot. Wedley missed out completely. A deliver right on target there by Slow. Delight for him, because he knows that he has accounted for a big wicket here. But Hawks looking for 171 from 20 overs in their final match of their campaign. Match number 4 for them. Match number 4 for Victoria. Well, they are in phenomenal form. They're totally outplaying the Hawks here. A collective effort after posting up what is turning out to be a massive total 170. Sean, well, the Hawks, they need partnership if they're going to get there. Of Victoria, with this sort of momentum, with this sort of impetus, with this sort of motivation, I think they are doing a splendid job.
So Toby Albert comes out. He's got 150 at this level. He's batted 32 times in T20 cricket, and let's see if he could reproduce that 50 that he got previously. This is short and pulled away out towards mid wicket. Nice start. He's off the mark immediately. 1 from 1. Gives back the strike to Howell. And the total in bright sunshine here at the Providence Stadium going up by 1. Here is a ball from Stowe that's hit hard. Back towards the bowler, half stops. And there is no run. So Nigel Duguid, the umpire, gives him his hat, and he walks away at the end of the over. It's 59 for 4, 7 overs gone.
I mean, this is pleasing sight for the Guyanese loyal fans. They're ardent fans. They want Victoria to win this match quite clinically, so they could keep Guyana Amazon Warriors' hopes alive. 59 for 4. They continue to struggle. They continue for momentum in the batting department. But Victoria, as I said, their plans are well executed. But I want to continue that discussion with Naeem Chan and Andrew Mason about fast bowling. Some of the quickest in the world based on history was Makram, the Pakistani, leading the way. You spoke about Patrick Patterson. I mean, nothing debatable about his pace.
No, I remember at Border, he was bowling to a Pakistani, and something was wrong with Dujan and Gordon Greenidge who's keeping. Get back to that. That's inside out. He's gone. Caught. At short third man, didn't get it in the meat of the bat. It hit the outer half, and Albert is gone for 1. So more trouble here for the Hawks. 59 for 5.
Yeah, what a dream start here for the left arm orthodox spinner Karima Gore, the man from United States of America. Well, he has been splendid throughout this tournament, never lacking consistency with his line and length. A ball that pitched outside the line of the off stump. Give him himself some room. The connection was there, but was not enough. And another wicket goes down here for Hampshire Hawks. They are in disarray in response to that 171. set by Victoria, one of the top teams in this tournament, and they certainly will be coming out by the completion of the preliminary round, one of the top 2 teams. But this has been a really, really good effort by the Victoria bowlers.
Yeah, this is a fantastic tournament on the whole by Victoria. They beat the home team, and that was their first victory. And then they've gotten from strength to strength. And as I said, I'm very impressed with the way they're scoring in the power play. They're positive, playing with a lot of intent. And that's the way to go in 2020 cricket.
Yes, and when they defeated Guyana Amazon Warriors, there is when they began to be highly rated, because the way they perform, and then they started to show more consistency.
Gore in bowls to the new batter, Dawson, and he's driving, so he's off the mark right away, gets a single out to long off. And the total going up now to 60 for 5. I was telling you about Patrick Patterson. He bowled the ball, it went over the keeper's head and straight into the side screen. Here's a ball that's on the line of the off stump, defensive shot out towards cover, and Howell can't score. But you can't get a 6 buys, so it was 4.
Pace like fire.
Yeah, Patrick Patterson, and his boots used to be up in your face. This is short and pushed into the onside. They're looking for a second. It's not there. Good work from the man at mid-wicket. Comes sprinting in and sends the low return back towards the keeper. 61 for 5 now. And Dawson is on 1. He's in strike. Howell is on 3. So a repair job needed here. And that's a ball that's too close to cut.
I always find that Michael Holden going to be one of my favorite fast bowlers, because of his pace, intimidation, hostility, great aggression as well.
This is hit inside out, over the covers and into the stand, the green stand. That's gone for 6. So audacious shot there, real pugnacious, and Dawson gets his first boundary with a 67 for 5.
Well, I think the beauty of that shot, the timing was impeccable from Dawson. He came out on the front foot, the intention was there, the execution was there as well, and the result was there for him. This is good batting here from Dawson. Well, they need him there based on his start here. He came in when his team are tottering at 57 for 3. But he's looking to put up a show here. He's counteracting, and that is important for a batsman at this juncture of the game. Still 104 runs from 72 balls. Hawks, no doubt, looking to end their campaign on a positive note.
Yeah, so Howell in strike, and Stowe balls, and a loud appeal, appealing more than the Red Cross there, on his knees and bellowing the appeal. And not out, says umpire Nigel Duguid.
Well, Captain Corey Anderson is having discussion with the bowler whether to go upstairs or not. DRS timer just 4 remaining. 3, 2, 1, no. So they're not going upstairs, but that was a very, very optimistic appeal. In fact, they're going up. Sorry about that. They're going upstairs for the original decision is not out. And Sean, this can be very challenging. But if he out, more disaster for the England base team.
Yeah, well, let's see what will happen to Howell's innings, if it will continue or if it will be aborted abruptly.
67 for 5 and in over number 9. So this is going to be a great challenge for them. How they're going to embrace things from here on, left to be seen. Because Victoria, they continue from where they left off with the bat. Yeah, the decision is pending. He's going right across. I don't think bat involved there, and that might, based on our view, might have drifted down leg side. So there is no issue with bat ball connection.
Yeah, they're just waiting on the decision from the third umpire. And the ball was pitching outside the leg stump, so that negates everything. Once the ball is pitched outside the leg stump, there's no way that a batter can be given out like before. So 67 for 5. Stowe from the commentary box end in brilliant sunshine now. The umpires Nigel Duguid signaling a leg by. So they ran a single there. So it's Dawson in strike now. And Dawson swings it. And that's gonna go straight to the man at the mid-wicket position. Another one bites the dust. Dawson goes now. He's gone caught on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Stow strikes. Dawson gone for 7. And the total 68 now for 5.
Yes, more trouble here for Hampshire Hawks. They look like they are in a hurry to get home. They're struggling, they're tottering, they're floundering here at Providence. 68 for 6 in over number 9. That was a ball on the line of the leg stump. Plenty of height. That might have encouraged the batsman to go hard. He went hard, not enough elevation, not enough distance, and a regulation catch for the man in the cow corner. Brilliantly bowled here by Stowe. And more disaster here for Hampshire Hawks at Providence.
So yes, he's gone 68 now for 6. And this is the second delivery in the 9th over. So Stowe picks up another wicket. He's gotten 2 wickets now. And we've seen a lot of spin, especially left arm spinners in this tournament.
Well, this pitch is always, or the Provident pitches are always deemed to be spinner friendly. You know, they're coming out to showcase their skills. They get in turn because sometimes batsmen looking to go real hard, and because of the quite enormous spin on the ball can make life difficult for them. Like that one, I think Snow is giving the other ball, the Chinaman. So the batsman he's targeting the leg side. As I said, enough connection and straight to the man there. But certainly, it can be conducive for the spinners, these pitches.
That's an art form that West Indians are lacking in. The back of the arm, leg spinner, googly bowler. We don't have many of those in the Caribbean at present. We have orthodox left arm spinners like Moti, Warakan, and that group. So that's his back and push back towards the bowler, and there's no run.
Yes, and you talk about spinners, Gurukesh Moti in contemporary cricket, they can be considered a genuine spinner.
So in bowls and that short and pulled away out towards the deep mid-wicket position. They look for 1, they come back for 2, and it's easily taken in the end. So 68 now for the loss of 6, and Fuller off the mark with a double.
Yeah, they were relentless with the bat. Now they are relentless with the ball. This has been a wonderful display. It has been pulsating in every aspect of their game. Victoria. So now they might start preparation for the final, Sean, and say, okay, let me get everything right here today. Any deficiency, we can able to bring it back, correct, and come back here tomorrow night for the grand finale.
Stowe left arm unorthodox spin bowls that's driven down towards long on, and a jog trotter single, 71 for 6. Both batters now on 3, and rotation in the strike. Pretoros has got the most wickets so far, as has Imran Tahir. He continues to bowl well, the veteran, the oldest player in this tournament at 45, and that's a good delivery outside the line of the off stump. A big hike, again playing around the ball, and lucky for him this time it wasn't on the stumps.
Surprisingly, not looking at the field because you have got they are very populated on the leg side, so he has to be careful. And the ball going away, going right across. That's excellent delivery there from Stowe to end his second over. He has been terrific too. So he has picked up 2 wickets from 8 runs. So they will have to be a little more meticulous. They will have to be a little more selective in how they're going to handle Stowe, especially.
The conditions continue to improve weather-wise. I don't know if it's improving batting-wise. It's imploding. 71 for 6 off 9. And we were talking about fast bowlers and Michael Holding as the bowler comes in. That's Gore, and played out towards cover, and there is no run. So Fuller is on 3. He's in strike.
Who was your favorite fast bowler, Sean?
My favorite fast bowler was Malcolm Denzel Marshall. He actually played for the Hawks for 14 years. Hampshire. And that's punched away out towards backward point, and there is just the single. So good rotation in the strike again. Howell is on 3 and Fuller on 4. Howell will be in strike as Gore gets through his overs very quickly indeed. 1 for 9. He's in his second over, and this is pushed away out towards the cover position, deep cover comes into play.
Why Marco Marshall?
Because he was the most complete bowler. When he got older, he changed the space. He got the ball to swing, move it off the seam, and he was very quick in his young days. That's another 6 out of the ground into the Ghana Exxon Mobil stand, and that's gone for 6. Nice shot there by Fuller. He's into double figures. He's 79 for 6.
Well, a Fuller ball from Gore to Fuller. This time he's making good connection. He got the elevation right into his zone, right into his channel. And that was a superb shot. And I think Marco Marshall was absolutely fearsome. You know, very, very much intimidating as well.
And Clive Lloyd said that this one is driven down the ground and it's going to go out towards the long on boundary. Good save there by the fielder, and they came back for 2. So 81 now for 6. He goes now to 12 Fuller. And Clive Lloyd used to say in those days there were no analysts. Malcolm Marshall was his analyst, because when he bowled to a batsman, he remembered everything about the batsman and his weaknesses. He was the most complete fast bowler, I think, in my judgment. So that's pushed down to the long off position. They get a single. So 82 for 6. 10 overs gone. 13 to Fuller. And Howell on 4. Let's get back to Michael Holding as the players go for a break after the halfway stage. Michael Holding, I saw Michael Holding at border, hitting the boundary board on his run out. That was how far he ran, the length of border. And I remember also in Barbados, I was a little boy. That was my first trip to Barbados. No, my second trip, because I went there as a youth player, played youth cricket for Ghana in Barbados. But the second time I went to Barbados, no, the first time, the second time, I saw Michael Holding bowl over to Jeffrey Boycott. Every ball became, and the last ball hit out his leg stump. That was my best over in cricket, except for the one that Brett Lee bowled to Lara in Trinidad.
Yeah, absolutely. Fearsome. They were just ferocious fast bowlers.
And I'm
West Indies.
surprised that Brett Lee wasn't called in the fast bowling list.
No, I think Andrew Mason, he called it, but he did not call Patrick Patterson, which was a surprise to you. He called the late Malcolm Marshall the list. You know.
And a person that really bowled fast but not consistently was Wayne Daniel. I think he bowled the fastest ball, and I was surprised also that Lilly wasn't in that list.
I was surprised that the guy from South Africa was not in the top 10. Dale Steyn.
Yeah.
I think he was just a extraordinary fast bowler. He was very successful, and these guys. But when you judge the fast bowlers, factoring the pitches, like you will see Michael Holding bowl a lot at Border. Border, we know that was considered deemed as a batting paradise or with that sort of things. Would you consider the pitch and that sort of things when you judging the fast bowlers?
I would consider. That's why Marshall could bowl on any surface.
Wow, not a green top only.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got a green top will mean that is fully saturated with grasses, but these one look like a dry bone pitches, no grass in it, and fast bowlers will come out and fire in all cylinders and still extract enormous bounces as well.
And many times when you have a green top, the fast bowlers try to bowl too short and it bounces over the batter's head. They get excited just by the look of the pitch.
Well, I think that with the mentality that you want to bounce out a batsman, that's how they will say it. So I'm going to go short. I'm going to try to bring fear into this batsman's mind. I mean, that's a good plan, and it used to work. I mean, West Indies dominated Test cricket for a period of time in the 80s, 70s, and so on, squarely because of the fast bowling department. Yes, the batsmen were also dominating, but I think fast bowling was really exceptional for West Indies.
And in the last Test match, the four-pronged pace attack of the West Indies, the two Josephs, Seals, Roach, they're being compared to the great fast bowlers of the past.
No thanks.
That's no comparison at all.
No thanks.
Holding, Croft, Garner, Marshall, Roberts, no way. Those people are far away in standard in relation to those
I agree
fast
with you.
bowlers.
These guys are, yes, they're There's some talent, but they're still ordinary in comparison to some of the greats who bowl for West Indies, like the Holding and Marshall and Daniels and that sort of things.
So again, bowls, and this one is pushed into the offside. Howell gets a single. So he moves now to 4. Down the ground, I was just saying about the batsmen not settled, and that one was hit straight for 6, 91 for 6.
Yeah, there was effortless there from Howell. You need more of those if they can be able to surpass that target of 171. Still a big task ahead, very mountainous in the context of things because they are into the tail of the batting. Victoria, and no doubt will want to continue to dominate.
So in bowls, and that's played hard down to the fielder at mid-on, and the bowler, there's no mid-on, so the bowler stops it.
We talk about the greats. Who are your best fast bowler now in the contemporary cricket, or in this era?
I'll have a chat and think about that. That's in the air and dropped. Taken by Vasper Drake's son. Yeah, that's Vasper Drake's is the father. We played youth cricket together, and that's his son there taking that catch. So wickets going down in heaps. 91 now for 7. 10.5 overs completed, and it's almost a foregone conclusion now that Victoria will continue to remain on top.
Yes, that was a delivery outside the line. Almost in the previous delivery, he struck for 6. He's looking for identical result, but this time, disappointment for him. He knows that he gave it away. He was bringing a great amount of value to his wicket based on his brief show, but this time looking to go in the same direction. But the result, he's another victim. Looking to go over the top, he's gone for 12. Benny Howell might have changed up things, but what a show so far from Stoke. Left on orthodox spinner, 3 for 17 in his third and possibly his penultimate over. How he will continue here, this is really a disastrous position for Hampshire Hearts. But more delight, elation for Victoria. They think they can complete a match here victoriously and continue to dominate proceedings in this Global Super League T20 tournament.
So looking for his 4th wicket. On his way, bowls, that's hit hard but straight towards extra cover, and another dot goes into the scorebook as Wood is the new batsman. He's yet to score. 14 is Fuller, and at the end of 11 overs it's 91 for 7. More from you, Mando, and then it's going to be the voice of Naeem Chan.
Yeah, they continue to struggle here. Hampshire Hawks, remember they won the toss, decided to bowl. Victoria pile on a massive total, a huge one, gargantuan in the context of things, 170 for the loss of 4 at the expiration of 20 overs. And now with the ball, they're proving to be effective as well. Really a collective effort from them, and they're looking to dominate proceeding. Well, they are. They're looking to bring home an early victory. They're looking to going to be efficient. As I say goodbye to Sean Devers and welcome to Naeem Chan.
Hi, yeah. Sunshine streaming into our faces here in the commentary box. Bertie Sell will bowl to Fuller, 91 for 7. And here he is now. As you said before, a little diminutive, and Fuller is turning it up on the onside. They've gone for 1. They're looking for a second. No, they cancelled the thought of a second run. So it remains on 92. So I enjoyed much of the conversation which was initiated by Andrew Mason earlier on. Then you and Sean Mando continued on that. But I have so many fond memories as a little boy growing up looking at some of the great players. Some of them I've described. This is outside edge, short third man, quick single. And Chris Wood there, not in absolutely any way at all knew what was going on. Very awkward looking as he groped forward. Reminded me a little bit of Courtney Walsh in the days gone by. And some of the most comical antics I've seen from a low order batsman, it was Courtney Walsh. And like he knew he was doing it. And he had a lot of fun too. I've had a great pleasure of describing him. Bertie Sell comes in, bowls to Fuller in about the line of the leg stump. They get another single. And this is not going to do much for them. because they're losing wickets so often. There's an appeal for a run out. What's going on here, Mando?
Yeah, we just shot him back. He called for the second run, but then he was torn back by his partner and lazily shot him back to his strike there. A direct hit from the man at mid-off, and the umpires, they are going upstairs, but he was looking close. But he's heading back to the pavilion, Naim, thinking that yes, he was well short. Yes, confirmation from our monitor. He's run out. So this is more catastrophe for Hawks. They're looking for 171, and they're reeling now, Naim. They can't come back here. We can say prematurely congratulations to Victoria.
Yeah, and they needed to win by 16.3 overs, and they would have done extremely well. But it's all gone out of the grip now.
It looks like they're going to lose in 16.3 overs.
Looks like they're going to lose in 15 overs. How things are going.
So they're going to keep Guyana's hopes very much alive until the conclusion of that final match tonight.
Yeah, very much alive. And tonight's game, if you're listening to our broadcast, the Amazon Warriors are going to hope that the Riders beat Colanders. I don't know what you think about that matchup.
Yeah, well, we all going to predict that Riders can beat Lahore Qalandars, but Lahore Qalandars, they started off badly with a defeat, but they found back some nice rhythm and put themselves back in contention for a place in the final tomorrow night, Naim. But from a Guyana's point of view, we hope that Riders not going to win too convincingly, because they too having a mathematical chance of reaching the grand finale. So that should be a showdown tonight.
And that's because of the net run rate. Guyana is well placed. And it's a slim outside chance. Let's look at Berticel. He comes in now to bowl to Briggs. Briggs is covering up, not in the most orthodox looking fashion. Another Courtney Walsh special. And by the way, that's an ambassador. I always am an admirer of Courtney Walsh because of the hard work that he put in. All his accomplishments, I think, came because of hard work.
Yeah, he was a lovely cricketer, and when we talk about fast bowling or fast bowlers, I think yes, he's the most successful West Indians fast bowler so far. Great achievement, over 500 test wickets. Certainly a demonstration of his commitment to being a hard work, as you are alluding to, Naim Chan. I always want to reckon that he's outstanding fast bowler, but he's a hard worker indeed.
Very hard worker, and I think he knew his limitations, but because of his consistency, and that's what took him towards the world record. But I heard you guys talking about, well, Andrew Mason and I started that. You're not missing any cricket, by the way. They're just looking at the replay.
It's a review for leg before, I think. Decision is still pending.
Now, I've got a funeral to attend, and I wouldn't mind if he's given out from that perspective. That's not from a Guyana perspective.
It's early game. It's quite predictable now because the way they are going, they're tottering. Hampshire Hawks. The decision is still pending for a leg before. The original decision is not out. So this is going to be more delightful for Victoria if they can pick up another wicket. So they're wrapping up things here, Naim. And we're going to have a longer break, but we're going to come back with some sort of intensity tonight from a Guyanese point of view.
I'd be happy if the gates could be open maybe at some stage, certain time, give the school children, let them come in. That was struck with it. It seems a little high there, Mando. If you look at that bounce that you're getting on the screen, this looks a little bit high.
Yeah.
So they would have gone over the top of the stumps, so not out, says the umpire. But Sean was alluding to a ball that Patrick Patterson bowled, and it dropped on the pitch and then went over the keeper's head and into the side screen.
Yeah, it's gone over the ropes, but just 4 runs.
Yeah.
But that was really, really
But I had
delivery.
I had a bitter experience with Patrick Patterson as well. I'll tell you about that the next delivery. Berticel comes in from the far end. That's the southern end of the ground to bowl to Fuller. He's bowled him all over the place. Fuller there, 16 from 11 balls. It's kind of a valiant effort from Fuller, but all his stumps are disrupted. and another one bites the dust.
Yes, a fuller delivery from Bortisel. His consistency has paid off, picking up his first wicket in over number 2. But this is just a massive disaster for Hampshire Hawks. Never come into the party, never come into the fore, both with bat and ball. Now they're struggling, 98 for 5. But what a display here, what an exhibition of great bowling by Victoria. They're pumped up, no doubt they're elated and ready to rumble tomorrow in the final right here. But their opponent is still yet to be known.
Yeah. So great, Guyanese. You might want to come out tonight and see which side you'll support, and I know which side. And if they get home tonight, Guyana could scrape into the final.
Yes, and they don't mind anyway. They could go and just get in there if they got a scrape or they got to go in convincingly. All hopes rests on the Rapu Riders to beat Lahore Qalandars and give Guyana the opportunity to participate.
And they can win by a great margin, I understand.
Well,
It's a
that-
scrape home win.
That's it.
So how many wishes would Guyana... my lordy, that's asking for too much of Mother Nature.
Left arm round, 1 to come.
One to come. You heard that on your microphone there. Tucked into those stumps. 95 for 9. Last ball for this over number 12. Bortisel is... Sonny Baker is the batsman. Bortisel comes in now, bowls to him. And he's forward. Plays it up to extra cover. There's no run. That's the end of the over. But I'm telling you about this 1993. I was on the commentaries. I was actually on air. Pakistan against the West Indies in the one day, and Patrick Patterson was bowling to the Pakistani opening batsman. He got an outside edge. This ball was coming at such a pace, flush into the commentary box, broke the windows. Well, I tell you, Mando, you're a pretty young guy. I never see Guyanese scramble so much. Like Ron Legal and Stanley Moore, God rest their souls. They were scrambling flat down on the floor of the commentary box. Well, I was pretty young and energetic. I just pulled aside like a Hollywood star or Bollywood star.
Pace like fire.
Yeah, pace like fire. That's cruel pace. New over. Ah, he's gone. He is gone. And what? The Victoria side, they've won this game by what? 80 runs?
Yes, I think we got it there with
75.
75 runs. So
75.
convincing win for them.
This is not looking good at all for the batting side. Poor display.
Yeah, absolutely poor display. They lost by 75 runs. A very huge defeat for them. The Victoria they were just clinical from ball 1. They were asked to take first strike. They got up to a very, very gigantic total of 170 for 5 at the completion of the 20 overs. And then in reply, certainly was a fantastic effort, but with the ball as well. So really, really a great performance by Victoria. They won by 75 runs. Total demolition by them against them. So Victoria, congratulations to them. Commiseration to Hawks in this encounter, but we're still waiting on their opposition. But totally a clinical all-round performance from Victoria.
Absolutely, not in this game alone, for the entire tournament. I think they've been wonderful, exemplary performances. So that's the story here from the National Stadium at Providence. Tonight's match, if you're Guyanese listening to me, you might just want to be extremely curious and get out here to watch at that match, and you would have to hope that the Riders beat the Qalandars tonight. That's still a big asking, but you never know. This is an outside chance for the Amazon Warriors, who have let down the Guyanese public, I think, generally in this particular tournament. So the Victoria side winning this game today by 75 runs, and they are through to the final, I guess.
Yeah, and similar sentiment. Congratulations to Victoria team. They really prove to be one of the best teams in this tournament so far. No doubt will be anxious to rumble tomorrow night and get that $1 million US. Guyana Amazon Warriors, because they're home teamed, because they're hosting the tournament, they will want to come out on top. They will want to feature in the final tomorrow night. But again, they are now living in hopes. Hopefully the final game going to be of great interest tonight. Riders coming up against Qalandars. As I said, Naim, it's going to be intriguing.
Yeah, and when you say they're queuing up tomorrow for that $1 million, We'll be looking for Andrew Mason at tomorrow night,
Check.
so that all of us can receive our checks as well. It was beautiful. Thank you, Cotton Drive Network. I wouldn't be on tomorrow night, but I'm certainly very pleased to have been a part of the panel. So on behalf of Andrew Mason, Sean Devers, Mandolal, of course Mixed FM and Light FM, Shamir, thank you very much for putting the technical aspects of the program together. My name is Naeem Chan. Have a great afternoon. I hope to see you tonight here at the National Stadium.
You've just heard commentaries of the Global Super League, a production of the Cut and Drive Network. Join us again for more on Cut and Drive.